Well, hello, and welcome to D&D with Kristi. I am Kristi. This is a D&D game I'm playing with my friends. We are doing Dragon Heist, the Waterdeep Dragon Heist series, with a little bit of acquisitions incorporated, blended in, but then, of course, increasingly original content as my players make their way through the world. And tonight, I guess it's kind of back to the usual thing of... oh, I didn't want to record. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to go out of studio mode. There we go. All right, Kristi's happy now. Yes, by tradition, it is Yella who gives us a summary of what happened in the last episode, and then we'll pick it up from there. So, yes.
Yeah, last time, Dragon Heist, Mara pissed off the rock, so he wasn't talking to her anymore. Then Clue had to talk to it to figure out he wanted to talk to. At that point, we only knew him as Zordoz Zord.
Oh, are you listening? Someone's got it on in the background?
Yeah. That was distracting for a second. After figuring that out, Quentalvar went and wanted to see if he was in town. He was. Then we went to drink. Then we tried to sneak up from through Clue's room because Mara and Hibara were waiting for us. Then Clue made a bunch of noise, went invisible, tried to pretend to be the wind for a bit, did a backflip off the balcony and somehow landed correctly, and made sure Del Mart that he in fact did not do that, while he very obviously did from him yelling from below. So yeah, that happened. Then he went inside, had a talk with Mara, stopped being invisible, gave her the rock back, and then just had a nap. So the next day we sent a message to have Zordoz come over. Mara prepared to try and convince him Dragon came over. Marat tried to convince him. We figured out, well, he revealed himself to be Jurlaxel, but only after Ku fucked off. So he's not aware of any of the shit that happens afterwards. Jurlaxel tries to renegotiate the deal we had. So now we need to give him the dragon staff so he can use it to pressure the open lords to let Luskan into the Lord's Lions. Well, the party outside of Clue, because he fucked off, agreed, and then he went off to attune to the stone, and I'm pretty sure the majority of the party, well, at least somebody in the party is actively looking for Clue at this point, who's just
Nope.
hanging out outside.
Nobody's looking for you. Nobody cares.
Selva is.
Selvar's the only one who cares.
Yeah, so I have to retcon this a little bit. Wait, we haven't gotten there yet because you guys had to talk about your deal with Jarlaxle. You made a well, insofar as what he was going to do. Did you mention that?
Well, I said he wanted the dragon staff to pressure the open lord into.
Yes.
But he's also sending Felricht and his boys with us to the vault, so
well, Mara
they can
insisted.
pretend to like grab it. Yeah,
and he's going to get the location.
He comes as well.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes,
I'm not about to put my people in harm's way without some insurances.
Yeah, but it's like easier to betray them if Zordoz isn't there. So
yes, but the guy is a dick and will kill us if we do betray him.
So he was going to get the location of where you could access where the dragons were located, hidden by Dagalt Neverember, current Lord of Winter, or whatever his official title is, Protector or whatever. But he's basically running it.
Supreme Dude.
Yeah, Supreme Dudeness.
Protector or something. It's really, really colonial.
Yes. All right. So the retcon is just after Jarlaxle agrees to strike this bargain with you. Felricht, one of his right hand foot soldiers, I guess you want to say, one of his fighters. And he calls him up because it's going to take an hour to attune, and he's not quite sure what's going to happen. So he's having Felricht sort of sit with him to watch his back while he does the attunement. But as Felricht comes upstairs at the call of Jarlaxle, he also informs the rest of you that while he was waiting, he was speaking in the bar with Rene Neverember, who had stopped by, and Renier has information or has something to tell the party, and asked, since Felricht was going up, he came in to look for y'all. Jarvis said, occupied. Felricht was there. They started talking because they know each other. And Renier asked him if he would carry a message upstairs to you. So he did. He wants to. So Jarlaxle, he then sits next to Jarlaxle, who is reaching out to attune to the stone. So, what are people going to do?
Mara's going to have a conversation, a brief conversation with Fenric.
Okay, Felricht. Yeah.
Felric.
Uh-huh.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah. Well, if it happens right away. Yeah, he sits down next to Jarlaxle on the other side of, you're on one side. Jarlaxle's, he sort of takes up a seat next to him.
Mara leans over, like, so she could see, and notices that the drow is now asleep, or attuned, so he's not paying attention. So, your boss.
He is getting powdered.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hebar is powdering him with metallic dust, so he looks like a little like the Tin Man.
Awesome. Hopefully he's not allergic. So apparently your boss doesn't know how to properly politic. No offense to him, of course. I've been around for a while. Anyway, so here's a thing that I want to do. I have a connection with one of the newspapers, and there is a strategy called winning the hearts and minds. And genuinely, what's going down in Afghanistan right now has fucked up my poor American brain. I do apologize. And one of the things is if we can manipulate the people of Waterdeep into thinking that Jarlaxle is a quote unquote good guy and he is returning the dragon staff to our lord, that puts the lord in a very precarious position. Now, I was going to do this regardless, because again, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. But the only reason why I'm running it by you is I don't want to offend Jarlaxle and end up on his bad side. So, what do you think?
Well, from what he's told me, the staff being missing is not widely known and would be highly embarrassing to the upper management of Waterdeep. I think this is part of the reason why they've worked so hard to keep the information quiet while encouraging people to search for the 500,000 in dragons. So I think perhaps the calculation of my boss was that to expose the missing staff would actually embarrass the leadership at the expense of Jarlaxle looking good.
Yes, but if nobody knows...
I think perhaps if his name could be tied with the discovery or the recovery of the dragons, that would have the same effect while not embarrassing powerful interests at the top of Waterdeep government.
But see, here's the other thing. So, the staff is with the dragons, yes? Or at least that's what the assumption we are running under?
Correct.
Now, who put the dragons where they are?
Oh, well, Lord Daggelt.
No.
Oh, I see. You're saying basically that Daggelt has put the city at risk.
Mm-hmm. And Jarlaxle, in his intimate wisdom, choosing to retrieve the staff of the dragon staff, will go ahead and return it. Now, of course, again, I am saying this not as a means to make the upper management quote unquote embarrassed. It's more about winning the hearts and minds of Waterdeep. Now, if, say, the person on the street thinks Jarlaxle is a decent human being, then, or sorry, I misspoke, a decent
Drow
being, of course, a decent being who is willing to return something that the upper management let slip through their fingers with the last open lord.
I see where you're going with this. And I think I would know his mind, although I would have to talk to him afterwards, that he is not a man to make such bold declarations of his own accomplishments. However, if others were to report on them on his behalf, relating the facts of the case, he would not object to their putting that story out in the press and might reward them for telling the truth he was too modest to share.
I like it, because modesty is almost close to godliness, or is it cleanliness? Oh, I don't remember the stupid passage or the saying. Ugh, it doesn't matter. But you let Jarlaxle know what I am thinking, because he wasn't listening to me before. We were trying to convince him that politicking is the better policy. But if he's willing, then
I will press this less direct route of for more informing the denizens of Waterdeep true nature of the rescue.
Yes.
He would simply not want to seem braggadocious. He generally is of the opinion of the people who look most hungry for power are the least likely to be trusted with it, while those who seem reluctant to take on the responsibilities are viewed as more trustworthy.
He is trying to rescue Waterdeep. He's not looking for power. He's trying to rescue Waterdeep.
Well,
that is how we tell the story, anyway.
Sure. Yes, Absolutely. I will talk to him on our trip back tonight to put it to him in another way.
Delightful.
He smiles. You notice, can you give me an insight check?
If I can turn back time. I don't know why that song stuck in my head.
I can find my saving throw. No. It's actually not a saving throw, it's an ability check, but
If I can find my character sheet. All right, let's see.
So you're talking sort of across Jarlaxle to
Yes.
Felric. And while the two of you are sat there, you notice there are Jarlaxle seems to have like a frown on his face. There are bits of furrows in his brow as he attunes to the stone, and you can also see little beads of sweat have popped up on the surface of his skin. Whatever he's attuning to, it's clearly not a pleasant experience for him.
Mara notices this, chuckles a tiny bit because poor Mara, but pats him on the head and goes, "It will be done soon, ducky," and skips out of the room as if nothing else has happened.
Right. Okay. So that occurs, and Mara heads out of the room. For the rest of you, you know that Felric has reported that Renier's downstairs. So you've got an hour now. What are people going to do with the time?
Well, Mara, of course, is headed down to talk to Renier because
Okay.
she also is going to be like, "So I'm going to throw your dad under the bus." How do you feel about that?
Yeah, he's probably going to be okay with that. Who else?
Or staying with the drow.
All right,
That's what
she's
you did.
throwing metal bits occasionally. All right, you and Felric are now hanging out. Yeah.
He's got to stay up there because he's curious now.
Okay. And Thelvar and Clue's out downstairs, or Clue's somewhere.
Clues
Elvar
outside
went
your-
looking for Chloe.
Oh, okay. You walk past. Are you gonna walk past Renier on your way out, or just sort of sneak out and grab Clue before you meet with Renier?
Well, presumably Renier's in the bar.
He is.
And the stairs come out to the street, and then you have to go in the bar. So I've not actually gone in the bar.
Correct. Yep. You have to. The door goes. Yep. You're outside. You have to either come in the front door or come in the side door. Yep.
Wait, does
Or the
Thelvar
kitchen
know
door.
that Renier needs to speak with us, or did
Felric
Thelvar-
announced that when he arrived when Jarlaxle called up to sit with him during the attunement.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, you're outside. It's nighttime now. It's definitely moving into winter. There's little bits of frost on the ground. You can see your breath as you sort of breathe a little bit heavily from just sort of going down the stairs quickly to look for Clue.
Mm-hmm.
Clue, where are you?
He is just straight up standing outside of the front door to the bar.
So basically, on the deck of the bar where
Yeah.
the front door is. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So if you turn the corner around, yeah, Clue's basically hanging out with the smokers at the front of the bar. He's in the smoking area under the cover of the second level, and with the warmth of the light pouring out of the front of the bar.
Clue, there you are.
Yeah, Thelvar.
I really wish you had been up there with us.
But why? Mara fucked something up?
You could say that. Basically, dead out of luck with the reward that our friend formerly known as Zordoz Zord had promised us in
Wait,
return for them helping us.
I mean, I was expecting the deal to change. But what do you mean formally known? Did he start a stage career?
No. Thelvar looks around just to make sure there's no one around to overhear things.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out that Mr. Zord is actually the infamous pirate lord of... and the name of the...
Luskin.
Luskin.
Of
Luskin.
the infamous pirate lord of Luskin, Jarlaxle.
Could just like looks over straight in the eyes, just go, what?
Indeed. And thus, with the sort of machinations that you would expect from such a person, the deal has changed greatly. Basically, we recover the dragons, he gets the staff, and that's the deal now.
Fuck, we need to be in Luskin, don't we?
Indeed.
I guess we need to go along with him then. Fuck.
Apparently, though, Renier's in the bar has something he wants to tell us.
Wow, today's full of fucking surprises, isn't it?
Well, we have a little while. Jarlaxle's attuning to the stone as we speak. So we've got some time to deal with Renier before we have to get back up there.
Well, he's just gonna have the info. So, not much dealing to do at this point. Well, let's make sure he doesn't try to unattune and just forget what we fucking need of him. And Chloe's just going to go inside.
We'll follow.
Okay. Renier sees you coming through the front doors because, the cold breeze opens and everything now. And he gets a big smile. And he picks up his drink and he walks over and says, my friends, it's so good to see you. He reaches out and offers a hand to shake to both of you.
Renier, my old friend.
Yes.
Good to see you.
I wish it was under better circumstances. I come because of my network of information has picked up whispers of your names.
Is that a new thing?
Wait, where's Mara? Where's Mara in this?
Oh, well, you went. I guess you went down to talk. I guess you were talking to Jarlaxle. So by the time you finished talking, to Felricht. By the time you finished talking to him, you were probably bounding into the bar about the same time Renier was saying this, and he would turn around and greet you as well. Lady Mara, good to see you. Oh, sorry, he's a little bit like, Lady Mara, good to see you.
So I get no reaction to my outfit, my ridiculous outfit.
Oh, he's trained himself to keep his eyes locked with yours.
Oh, better man than
Stringent political training.
Yes, he's a noble, so he's got to, he's got to just check out, side boobs carefully as he's taking his drink.
Yep. This outfit is nothing but side boob. God. Oh, I can't wait until Mara can be back into her regular outfit. Mara looks. She hears Can we assume that she hears the tail end of him saying the whispers of your names?
Yes. So he sees you coming and sort of makes space for you in the conversation and repeats himself and then greets you. I was just saying, that there's our information network has picked up your names attached to a pretty bad situation.
What the fuck did you do, Clue?
Wow, just gonna assume it's me and not the person who's already lit the city on fire? Yep.
Shall we adjourn to the table in the corner for a bit of privacy?
That probably would be best.
Well, I'm gonna grab some drinks first.
Yes, I'll join you. So, you all fill up your tankards and make your way over. He said, yes, so I was hoping to do a bit of information exchange. I know you, last time we spoke before you went to Neverwinter, you were on the trail of the stone, and I am quite keen to help right the wrongs of my father, so any update you can give me on that. But first, I think I should tell you what our spy network has picked up. You were headed to Neverwinter, were you not, when we last spoke?
Yep. I mean, couple of weeks ago we came back.
Yes. Well, it seems while you were there was a prison break.
Oh, yes, we did hear.
Did you hear of the news
about
of
that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of commotion around the prison at that time.
Quite.
It's a
Apparently.
shame they don't make prisons the way they used to, or maybe a gulag.
So, well, this was apparently a terrible embarrassment for my father because the hours before the guilty parties, mostly pirates, were to be executed, their cells were emptied out and not a trace. Eventually, they did find some sort of tunnel, an area where they think they might have escaped, although it seemed to be more containing were-rats. But there is some work, apparently, to repair that. But that's not the important thing. Initially, the city guard suspected it was the pirates who had organized the prison break. There were 4 pirates scheduled to be executed, and a known shapeshifter who had been convicted of murder. A freelancer. And so they figured with the bulk of the prisoners escaping, being pirates, it was the pirates who were responsible, and they spent the bulk of that was their theory of the case, as it were, for the first part. But when they ran down the leads on that, various leads, and yes, they realized it was a dead end, and they decided to instead focus on the freelancer convicted of murder. They went back and started questioning all of the guards associated to find out who had visited. And although the registry did not have names that were of real people, someone had slid a prison guard a business card for ye old haunt the day before the prison break.
Oh, yeah, one of us did do that, didn't they, Mara?
We were not involved in a prison break.
Oh, I'm not
So
saying
fuck
you are.
off, Clue.
I'm not saying you are. He looks knowingly.
No crime intended.
However, Lord Dagalt has now focused on any leads. He also noticed from the business cards you're connected with the Solutions Guild. The Solutions Guild was also known to be one of the clients that the freelancers worked with. The evidence is circumstantial at best, but Neverwinter is going to shortly be deploying a diplomatic mission to the Open Lord of Waterdeep, asking the city guard, the Watch, to detain you all, and so he may, and also asking for permission to bring in his own questioners in order to follow up on this heinous crime in his city.
So, Renier, honey, I'm going to ask you a question. Of course, first of all, thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Of course.
Are you familiar? What is the stupid staff's name again?
The dragon
Meta.
stuff?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
I
staff
think
of...
it's just called Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it, but a Gayhorn, I think. Is
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with the staff of a Gayhorn at all?
the one that protects the city from dragon attacks. Keeps
Yes.
dragons out of, well, not quite the harbor, but the city proper. Yes, of course. It's
Yes.
part of the legends of Waterdeep.
Now, I don't know if you are in the know on this. From what I understand, a few parties do know about it, but the staff has gone missing.
His reaction, he looks shocked and immediately very concerned.
And you wouldn't guess where the staff is located.
He looks at you blankly. His mind is racing just from the idea of how vulnerable Waterdeep would be to attack if this information got out.
So, I'm trusting you with this information mainly because, one, you've done us a solid. We're doing you a solid. And also, I want to give you a fair warning. Dagalt is your father, and I respect
Name
that.
only. I mean, by blood, but not by choice.
Trust me, I understand.
Mm.
The staff is with the dragons.
Oh, Mara, you do like to talk about critical information to people who don't necessarily need to know.
You know what? You fucked
Indeed.
off. You fucked off. I'm doing a thing. Shut up.
Renier's just...
Mara,
Yeah, sorry.
we're only in this position certain
But-
position because of
Stop.
whatever you did.
Selvar. I was talking to Clue.
And
Not
I'm
you.
talking to you.
Will
But
you let me
Well-
finish? Will you let me finish? So, the reason I'm letting you know is because I'm going to be, hypothetically, depending, doing a solid for a friend of ours. And it may or may not rake your father's name through the dirt.
Oh, I have no problem raking my father's name through the dirt. And what he's done
No.
is disgusting. He's betrayed his oath, he's betrayed his city, he's betrayed every commitment that is supposed to be meaningful.
Yeah. I'm pretty
So-
sure his name is already pretty deep in that dirt. At least in Waterdeep.
and this deal's not something that Renier needs to know. But carry on.
You weren't in the room with the deal that Mara was making, so
You're,
you don't
all
know.
is in character. Everything you say out
Yeah.
loud is in front of Renier.
You,
No, Selvar was though.
oh, Silver had fucked off to go look for Clue.
No, that was
The deal was made before. Well, the
Yeah.
thing you
No,
said
the
against
deal
Felric, but that was not made with. Because at this
God,
point,
that's-
Axel doesn't even know anything about that deal yet.
yeah.
But that has to be metagame because Clue would know none of these things.
Yes.
So back to
Clue-
role playing. Everything you say in front of Renier will hear. So he's learning. He collapses. His hands sort of like go over his face. He puts his hands on his elbows on the table, and he just seems to, in some ways, deflate as the enormity of like he's putting two and two together. His dad was the last open lord. He had access to Vajra and potentially the staff, and now they're with the dragons, which he knows his father has stolen. And so he's basically like his father was putting Waterdeep in a position to be blackmailed, and all of this is just sort of hitting him at once. So as much as you guys are arguing around him, he's not actually like catching the nitty-gritty, but he is sitting there, but he looks just stunned.
Look,
Anyway, the important thing that Mara is getting at, which she can let the grown-ups do the talking from now.
Okay, you know what? Mara takes her glass and slams it on Delvar's hand. Where is it? Where in the fuck did it go?
You gonna
That's
make
what
an attack roll, an unarmed strike on his hand to see if you
Yes.
can. Okay, so I take it that what's your AC?
17.
Okay. So she just
whoa. Okay, this is getting heated.
yeah.
Apparently.
Renier pops up from the table and is whoa.
Delvar, the next time you call me a child, it's going to be your head. Watch yourself before you wreck yourself.
Clue just like kind of leans over to Rainier. Normally she only hits me. Huh, this is new.
I'd
He
like
gives
to
you
see
confused, guys.
try. Anyway, Renier, as I was trying to say, let's just say that the information that you have about this prison break, there is possibly a grain of truth to it. But the reason is we were following up on leads as to the whereabouts of the stash. And if you could hold off the authorities until possibly the morning, we
this
might be able to bring this whole situation to bed.
Well, see, my spy. I should explain the timeline. So this is harbor information from Neverwinter. They haven't actually sent the embassy to the Open Lord yet. They are preparing though, and doing talking amongst people, organizing diplomatic papers, trying to sort things out in order to put pressure on the Open Lord.
Wow.
So there's a little bit of time left, but He will try to
Oh.
use the... Sorry, yes, go ahead.
Well, Neverember still has a horrible name in Waterdeep, and we're about to be to pretty good graces of the Open Lord, so shouldn't be too hard to maneuver ourselves tactically out of this.
Hypothetically, he'll have an even worse name in Waterdeep after I'm done.
I hope everything that you are alluding to cryptically means that you are close to finding the dragons. I would very much like to be there, be part of righting this wrong, try to bring some honor back to the name that has been sullied by my father here in Waterdeep.
Well, would love to have you there, but you're engaged with some other parties as well, and need to make sure that doesn't get too awkward.
But you know what? It might actually work in our favor. Well, maybe not our favor, but the other party's favor. I'm not.
Does this
really-
have anything to do with Felrict? I mean, it's not common for drow to come and hang out in taverns in the North Ward, and we know each other, but I have to say I was rather surprised. He stands out. I have to ask, is Felrict someone that you're going to be collaborating with?
I plead the fifth.
Well, collaborating is a very specific word that I would not necessarily use.
Well, would you
but
be
also
walking in
would
the
not
same
not
direction?
use.
Would you be happen
Yes.
to walk in the same direction?
We're in the same.
Felrict?
We're in the same river, in the same in different canoes.
Well, let's just say when we find the dragons, there's a serious chance they're gonna be around doing things.
Renier, I'm not familiar. So, while I may, can you tell me when it comes to the politics of the Open Lord? Is the title voted for, or is the title descend to offspring?
Oh no, it is by election. The last time we had to petition Laurel to agree to take the post. It was because she was an outsider and well respected, having raised up someone from within. There were some feelings that this was perhaps not a good decision to repeat. So she's been Open Lord for several years now, but it's a elected position, usually from
Sorry. What of Neverwinter?
Well, I think my father's intention is to never step down until he can't walk. Because he's dead. I don't see him relinquishing power. It's what he lives for.
Okay. Interesting. And everybody in the room just kind of sees this this light dance in Mara's eyes. Like it's a light that they haven't seen before because she hasn't had and it's this excitement mixed with what's the word I'm looking for? It's excitement mixed with joy, mixed with this unbridled need to commit murder.
Renier looks slightly terrified of you.
It's not not scary, but it's one of those looks that none of them have seen dance in her eyes before. She has a smile, but it's a look that none of them have ever seen in her eyes before.
Oh, don't generally see these combinations. I definitely get murder. I'm used to murder. Also look happy, which is surprisingly rare, actually. I don't hate it.
So, all right. Well, that's good. Interesting. Good to know.
But if you're working with Felrict, he won't have a problem. We're actually working together on a rather big project here in Waterdeep. Well, it's not a big project. If you're interested, I can tell you. Just, I don't know how much you know about Drow society and the way that it's structured. But yeah, I guess people want to roll.
I mean,
History
yeah, but,
rolls? See how much you know about the details of Drow.
Let's see.
history.
Why am I still? Why am
Thelvar. Oh yeah, clue. Thelvar studies definitely paying off. Oh, if you might be rolling as in the name as Crichton, where it's like underneath a chat, perhaps. Did you change that?
I changed my name.
Okay, yeah, you can change it back there. With sheets should be right.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, both Thelvar and Clue know, and you can explain this to Mara briefly, if out loud, if you would like to catch her up. But yeah, Drow society is like a fascist. Well, it is a fascist state. It's run by families. Houses in their main power structures, but only the females have positions of power, and males are second. They're smaller, like it's sort of like physically women are bigger Drow society, and the males are of smaller size. And it is built on slavery. It's built on basically like tribal loyalties and trying to backstab houses that are further up the chain in order to move up and get more power. It's a pretty dark place. But you also know that somewhere between like 10 and 15% of people born into Drow society aren't morally situated to be comfortable with what it's like. And in fact, so after they kind of tell you this, that it's very oppressive, that it's based on slavery, which the Harpers actively try to oppose, and that there is a sort of almost like underground movement or underground collection of Drow who want to see Drow society change and oppose the way that it is structured. He says, "I don't."
So they tell this to me. They tell this tomorrow.
Yep. So you're kind of caught up now with.
Oh, it sounds like Boko Haram and the Taliban. Oh, this is fun.
Didn't they also know that it's a democracy?
Yeah, except it's run by women instead of men. Yeah, it's not a patriarchy.
Yeah. But Mara is well aware of that. That's what she said it sounds like.
Okay.
She knows this. She's making comparisons. And again, shit has been happening here.
Well, Drow are interesting bunch.
But within Drow society and Drow religion, there is a goddess of the Drow, Illustra, who, like the Drow who don't sit well with the oppression and the slavery, hope to draw the Drow back to the surface, to have them integrate with other species, again, and to put aside their hate and their racism, basically. Felric, I don't think he'll mind me telling you, was actually born into Drow society as a woman, but felt like a man, and with his elven abilities was able to transition. But of course that meant going from the status position in society to a sub-station. And Felric was able to get away, found Bregan Darth, run by Jarlaxle, and through that was able to get out into the surface world, and has been trying to practice the beliefs of Illustra. Our hope is, the two of us working together, is to undermine slavery in Drow society by creating a church here for Illustra, trying to get a formal petition of the city to add her into the general temple and to find a location here in Waterdeep to not only provide sort of a network of friends, but a sort of beacon of resistance to the parts of Drow society that should be changed. So Felric and the Harpers actually have established quite a close relationship, and if he's involved, I'm sure he wouldn't object to me coming along.
Mara's eyes get even more, get that gleam, and it, at this point, it's taking, blown. Pupils blown, the look is just, she's excited.
Okay. Mara is on the edge of her seat.
Oh, she is so happy about this.
You seem very happy about Illustra there, Mara.
You don't understand. I have been waiting for something like this. It's... First off, Renier, thank you. Thank you. It's like Christmas all over again.
Looks slightly confused, not knowing what Christmas is.
I've seen people get excited from learning about Illustra, but you haven't even learned the fun stuff.
This is amazing. With the plan and all of a sudden, her feet, her fingers go to her eyes, and Like she starts to like kind of like, like when people get really excited, they just like they grab their cheeks and they just go, oh my God, it's so exciting. And oh, like she starts to do that. And it's just like, and then all of a sudden, like her hands go together and like, Hercules, like, but she doesn't say that. She just does the clapping.
Oh, he's going weird again. Huh.
And I would just put again, I feel the obligation, Thalvar, you understand, of a noble house to take on a disgrace and right or wrong, not just for me, but for all the Never Embers of my house. Sort of looks at you in your eyes, appealing to your sense of noble dignity.
Oh, trust me, Renier, I completely understand. And yes, Felrit will be accompanying us, but he's not the only one. And the other person is, let's say I trust him about as far as I can throw him.
Oh, is it that cad he works for, Zordoz?
Indeed it is, yes.
Apparently it's an easy cover traveling underneath a traveling circus. And there's some magic. There's actually quite a lot of drow on the ship. A lot of escapees, a lot of people who have left drow society. It gives them a cover to move about more freely in places that aren't as accepting of drow as Waterdeep, being as cosmopolitan as it is. But yes, I'm familiar with the reputation of Zordoz as a businessman and a little bit of a cad. But I don't hold that against Felric,
Zordoz is actually extremely friendly. Especially since I'm the one he has his eyes on.
Oh. Well, I have to say, he's quite a handsome man, Zordoz. Renier gets a small smile on his face.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, what were you looking for in terms of insight?
I was hoping that I could tell that if he knew who Zordoz really was.
He doesn't seem to. He just, he's more like, he's talking about like how low he buttons, keeps his shirt unbuttoned.
Yeah, I know. Got all that taco meat.
To be honest, Felric is not the one I'm worried about. Not about his boss either. It's about one fucking drow. Still need to find a reason to stab at some point.
Well, always better to have an
reason.
extra set of eyes watching your back.
Fair enough. Well, we currently don't know where we're doing this entire deal, so we'll contact you where we meet.
Well, I assumed that as soon as we got the location, we were going to head straight there, but
don't know what Zardoz wants to do. Kinda late. Might be an in the morning thing.
I will, before we head off, depending on what Zordoz decides, I'm going to have to communicate with the newspapers.
Walk outside for 5 fucking minutes. All the bullshit starts happening.
Renier sort of knocks back his drink.
You see what I was telling you now, Blue?
Yeah. Don't leave Mara alone. Gotcha.
Well, friends.
Now Ness is wandering over with the tray of pastries.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, Renier will nip some. He's like, oh, well, I will go prepare. Get my things in order. Make sure everything is in tip-top shape. You'll send me a bird or something?
Yes, of course.
I'll send you a bird.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, may I have some to take with me? Renier sort of like takes a bite out of one and his eyes light up and looks at Nez for permission.
Nez nods, still shoving something into their own mouth.
He like piles 3 in his hand, in his gloved hand now because it's getting cold outside. He gives you all a very gracious bow and has a smile. He looks, when you saw him first, he looked quite serious, but now the opportunity of righting the wrong of his father seems to put a spring in his step and a light smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye. So he, pins up his coat and heads out into the night.
The second Renier leaves, Mara turns to the two of them, to Clue and Delvar, and looks them both. So, first off, I know I sound crazy most of the time to you, but you have to understand, most of the time I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're not good at communicating that, Mara. Maybe work on that.
There's a man who fucked off for like a whole entire important conversation just because he saw me crying.
Oh, well,
sorry that I don't like to deal with women who are fake crying.
Nez is munching on pastries, watching them fight.
Did Delvar leave?
Yep.
Okay, well. Oh, by the way, Delvar, I really hope Delvar's hand is like swollen or something, because I did 9 damage on your hand.
You did 13 damage on my hand.
It wasn't a +4.
It wasn't a +4.
Yeah.
So Mars. Anyway, fuck you too, Delvar. What I'm going to do is, because I fucked up, I will admit that. It's not my fault. The rock is rude. But
wait, rude rock?
Don't try to follow this, Nez. It's not gonna help. Just focus on your own shit.
Just keep going with it, sweetie. I have communicated the idea of making the people of Waterdeep think that our friend upstairs is going to assist in protecting Waterdeep. Now, the reason I let Renier know of all of this was because one of the things I'm going to be doing is blaming Neverwinter for all of Waterdeep's this Waterdeep issue that we're dealing with.
Well,
you understand? Now, all of this is going to happen in the newspaper, so the common man will understand. And it's called.
Don't know how much the common man matters. This is Waterdeep.
It may not matter, but some people. What I'm hoping will happen is that the people of Waterdeep will be more supportive of our friend upstairs, and if they're more supportive of the people of our friend upstairs, then our deal with the friend upstairs will be more easily lubricated, so to say.
Well, I definitely don't mind dragging Neverember's name through the mud. That's only going to be useful to us. Well, our friend upstairs is more of an acquaintance in my eyes. We need to make this deal, but don't know if I want to help him beyond that,
Yes, I do understand. You did nearly die. I would be bitter too. But we may or may not be able to get the name of said attempted murderer.
I mean, if you can make that deal, help him a bit more, I get to stab his underling.
Yes, I'm sure he'd be okay with that. Deal. It's the friend upstairs, and the only reason I'm using the term friend is because I'm trying to be vague. So I do understand your feelings. I really do. I don't need to be called a kid. I might look like a kid. Mara might be a kid, but I'm not a kid. Do you understand?
I'm pretty sure Telvar is the one who
I know
that the adult should speak, but
I know.
I've called you a lot of things, Mara. But kid's not the main one of them.
Yeah, I know. But Delvar seems, for some bizarre reason, really attached to you. The next time I get called a kid, I will aim for his head. Their head? His head.
His head.
We still haven't talked about fucking pronouns.
I mean, he's been calling Well, he's never complained about us calling him him, so I'm just kind of going for the general signs.
And Mara just gives him a thumbs. War gives him a thumbs up. All right, we should probably get back upstairs.
Yeah, achievement is gonna be ending.
Yeah.
It's a pastries before I eat them all.
I'm gonna grab another pastry as he starts walking all to the door so they can go outside.
Mara grabs a pastry. Thanks, Naz. I appreciate it. Have you seen the two babies anywhere?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Gorko. I haven't seen him in a bit.
Wait, and the other one?
Oh, I thought the kobold went with P team.
No, the kobold stays with Gorko and is going to be friends with Friend.
All right, so give me a perception check, both of you.
I mean, do I need to? I do still have a passive perception of 21.
Yeah, but you're gonna look around the bar. I'll have you guys look around the bar.
My passive perception is 14. So, wow.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to drag a kobold onto this, but
all right. Oh, so what's the kobold's name?
Oh my God, Nez!
Yeah, Nez nailed it.
There's her eyes.
As you guys are talking, Nez sees Gorko and the kobold, whose name I've forgotten. I feel terrible. I have to get the book out. Patsky?
Patsky, yeah.
Patsky.
Okay. So
yeah, so what they're doing is they've got Sippy on the bar, and they're both basically like laying on their bar stools with their backs arched, and they're like basically kind of like beer shooting from Sippy, and they're doing it in turns. Like they're doing beer shots from Sippy, three of them on the bar.
Oh. You sure bring in interesting people, Mara.
Lift
just kind of shrugs. Lift just shrugs. He's
They're old enough to drink.
He's got the where they normally play tic-tac-toe. It's Gorko and Patsky, and it's like Patsky 4, Gorko 5. He's keeping track.
I mean, if I didn't have work, I'd totally be joining you. Have a great time. Just
yeah, they look
just
at
like
you.
kneels and puts his hand out so both of them can high-five him.
Yeah, they both kind of look up at you with beer, like on their staining their shirts, like foam on their mouths, and they're really tipsy, and they give you very drunken thumbs up. And then they go back to
high-fiving myself, I guess.
Her just looks and goes, boys. Wait, is Pisky a they? Them?
Yeah,
okay,
boy. Yeah,
boys. Just be a little bit more responsible, please. I don't think I could handle it if you pass out. Also, take off your shoes if you are gonna pass out. Mara walks up.
Take off your shoes if you pass out, Mara.
Gorko has seen what happens, and he sits up immediately, turns Sippy off, and he's like, Pesky, take your shoes off. And they just start fumbling with the laces on their boots. By the way,
your shoes off.
As you're going toward the back door, the talking Bob comes through, and he's got a bucket. And he's kind of opened the door as you're shouting this across the bar, and as you go past, Bob just says, "Yeah, I've got him. Don't worry."
To be young.
There's a reason I like you, Bob. Thank you. Make sure they don't get if you could, and make sure they get upstairs, okay, please.
Oh, yeah. Bob says, I want to clean up their mess. I'd rather have it in the bucket and dump it, wob it up and dump it in.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, we should probably name the ooze at this point.
Oozy.
And Mara just waves and goes upstairs.
All right. Clue's upstairs, Mara's upstairs. All right, so you're all back up.
Where's Perry?
Yes. So, Habara and Perry, you stayed. Jarlaxle becomes increasingly showing signs of discomfort. He's definitely grimacing as the hour pass. Occasionally, his body will involuntarily almost twitch. And as Thelvar joins, he's at this.
Thelvar's still out having a walk.
Oh, okay. I thought you went upstairs to join them. Okay. Thelvar's out having a walk. But Clue and Mara come bounding upstairs. And about this time, the hour is ending. So Jarlaxle, and so he's drow. He's also, like, you've heard legends, Mara anyway, that he was bald, but since he's been in Luskan, which is pretty cold, he's actually let his hair grow. So it now sort of tumbles down to his shoulder. And closer to his brow, you can see the hair is sort of started to mat because of his sweating. He opens up his eyes and looks sort of dazed, and glances around looking for Felric, and sort of leans over to him and starts whispering. He whispers, I don't know if anyone wants to try to figure out what he's saying.
If I can see him, I can lip read.
Okay, you can do a perception check to see how well you lip read.
Clear these rolls.
Yeah, Sabara, you're in back. Your metal tin
He is
now.
right there on them.
Yes, on them. What you hear, it's hard to hear because part of it is in whispers. But yeah, I'm going to say that he was speaking to you in common, so he's also going to come out and just kind of go back to common with Felric and not speak in drow. But you hear, the word ramshackled. You hear castle ward. You hear him say grotto, underdark. I'm sorry, under mountain. What else? Let me just really quickly think here. What you could hear him say. God damn it! You roll really high. All right. You hear him say aboleth. And you hear him mention words that you think are drow, because it doesn't sound like any words you recognize.
Drow isn't a distinct language.
Yeah,
It would either be
names.
Elven or Undercommon.
Right,
Yeah.
but the names sound, it just sounds like names that you don't recognize, drow names.
I mean, that's not very... I mean, as a meta game level, I understand what you're going for.
Yeah.
But like for her, you could say common name. She wouldn't know where you're talking about.
Yes, so that is what you hear him relating to Felric. And then he leans back and starts to unattune. And,
And the motion that he leans back.
Mm-hmm. You're throwing more dust on him?
No, there's a
okay.
bright flash as all the dust burns away quickly, and he's got advantage. And also can't be possessed or any shenanigans like that.
Actually, I was just doing going to go. I assume the whispering was about the location because you might forget it if you disattune. So, sure, Alric knows location. Okay.
All right, so he gets
That
advantage.
Perry offers Felric quill and paper.
Okay, all right.
Then turns away so he can't see.
Felric kind of points at his own noggin and nods in thanks, but doesn't write anything down. He wasn't born yesterday. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll here. Advantage. Oh yeah. He makes the save. Jarlaxle drops the stone with almost disgust and stands up from the table now that he's sort of like come to his senses and related the information, has come back into himself.
And now you know why I told you that I should be here.
Wow, you seem pretty upsetty spaghetti right now.
He looks at you and says, did you know the evil you were asking me to bind to?
I mean,
Well, I
he's
wasn't
annoying.
asking
He
you.
wasn't that evil.
But yes, I did know it was evil. That's why I protected you.
Right. He is
Mara
going
look-
to. Sorry,
Mara
he
looks
is-
at Jalex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mara looks at Jalaxel and goes, well, I tried, and apparently it doesn't like me.
All right.
I mean,
So I don't know
you're
what's that
very rude
necessary.
a lot of the time, Mara.
All right.
This is true, but apparently if it was evil shouldn't, like, be offended by rude.
I mean, evil does not mean how good you are doesn't mean how necessarily how well you deal with rudeness. Evil people tend to be very, very honor bound and very easily offended.
If only this was an evil person. So one of the things about Jarlaxle is he wears an eye patch. You see, as he's sort of like reading you, he's looking at you each intensely, trying to determine whether or not you're telling him the truth about what you really know. He brings out a handkerchief.
He should completely get like 100% with Hibara's derp face.
Yes, yeah.
God.
He believes you're clueless. No.
Complete earnestness. Yes, I knew it was evil, and yes, I protected you.
Yeah.
Good.
He gets that you guys don't understand what you're playing, the fire you're playing with here.
Well, Mara was
Very
just sitting there
certain.
going, it said no. So even if I try, it won't let me. I want to play. Let me play.
He brings a handkerchief out of his hand while he's reading you and almost like seems to want to wash the memory of the stone from his hands as he's talking to you. And he seems very agitated. He takes his eye patch
Uh-oh.
and moves it sort of almost unconsciously, not even thinking about it, from one eye to the other. And you notice as he moves it, both his eyes are fine. Like he's not missing an eye. His other eye is obviously working, but he just decides to sort of like switch over his eye patch as well. And then he sits down again. So
Mara starts laughing because that's totally, isn't that, Pirate Rob.
I mean,
Pirate Rob, who
pirates
had
actually just used to do this.
Sailors used to do this.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's a movie that has the gag where the pirate changes the eye patch in front of like a character, and it's like, wait, your eye is fine, and he's just like, yeah, I wear it for the purpose of intimidation. And Mara is just busting a gut because she's just like, I get that reference.
all right. This is. I have the information you need, and I have the location of your saber lady. I've seen it perfectly in my mind's eye. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where you must look to find it.
Saber lady?
That's for me.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what do you mean saber lady? I thought I was just looking for the saber part.
Yes, your weapon, the weapon you seek.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called a lightsaber, not a saber lady.
There was a comma after saber and before lady.
Huh, that's weird. Maybe
As in referring to you as lady.
Oh, it thinks I'm a lady.
No,
Oh, that's nice.
I address you as Lady Mara. Lady Mara.
Oh, you
She
really
doesn't deserve it.
Oh, fuck you!
What? You want ability?
He just called you lady, and then you turn around and look Clue and go, fuck you! Sorry, this is the picture of that was very hilarious to me.
I'm the only one who's allowed to make disparaging comments about myself. You're not one of my siblings. You don't get to make disparaging comments about me.
You've hit me enough. I get to talk shit about you now.
I thought we had a moment.
This is a moment.
You're a prick.
That just means I like you.
Mara's laughing. Like this is the first time like her and Clue, like something clearly changed in the way Mara perceives like Clue. Like whatever conversation she had with him downstairs has changed her perception of him. And she's now like, Clue, you're my best friend.
This is weird, but I do not hate it.
So you don't know the evil you've let into your minds?
I know it.
Well, I didn't
likes
let nothing into
fucking-
my mind.
I know it likes fucking with memories and somehow knows things. Those are the two things about it I know.
Well, I've fought these beasts before, almost at the cost of my life. You don't know what will now hunt you.
What evil lurks in the heart? He
What
says
trouble
this,
they
and Mara
got
all of a
me
sudden
into?
goes, "What evil lurks in the hearts of man? Wahaha! The shadow knows."
Oh,
You-
my silly friend, aside for a second. You better be willing to tell me what's hunting us now. Because otherwise, that's a lot of dramatic tension with no payoff.
Bum bum bum.
Jarlax-
Also, it's in the stone, so I don't think it's going to be able to hunt us very well.
He looks at you, Perry, because you sort of started to say something and then chatter happened, and he's interested in what everybody around the table has to say.
What have they got me into this time?
Your minds have been touched by the first manifestation of evil that materialized on this plane. It is older than the gods. It is almost as old as the original powers that created our very existence itself. And it has now touched my mind because you didn't tell me of the powerful evil behind this item, that it's not just a magic item, but that it is cursed. So I will keep to my bargain. And you can pursue your treasure, lady. But I warn you, be prepared to fight and be prepared to die in search of it.
You're being fake again. I feel like you're keeping out of us, man.
Have you ever encountered an aboleth?
No.
No? Wait, so, can I have...
Yeah,
quick
everyone
forward
can.
and
You
history
can
check?
either do, I guess, religion or history. Either of those will work.
Just,
Not Arcana.
God fucking damn
Yeah,
it!
you can do Arcana too.
Yep.
You
So
could have-
Clue probably has heard of Aboleths before.
I should just start rolling fucking religion at this point.
Well, Mara,
Apparently
also
my-
you're not quite of this world, but yes. How much do you metagame know, Yella, about aboleths?
I know Aboleths are really old, weird. I guess more fish octopus things with mental powers that can get into your head and stuff.
Didn't
Yeah.
we encounter one, or was that the
No.
other team?
The Mind Flare we encountered in the other game, but they have nothing to do with Aboleths. Like, Mind Flares are like people with, they're like a weird alien parasite that takes over people and they get like tentacle mouths. They're entirely separate from like the ancient evils
Face-
that Aboleths are.
Okay, so face huggers.
No, yeah, Mind Flares, sort of, except they're also hive mind. Aboleths are more like Cthulhu,
Mm-hmm.
except
Yeah.
they're
Laughed at that.
entirely like ancient one, entirely incomprehensible as much as live very deep and fuck with people's minds.
Okay, good. Okay, good to know. All right, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, I think everyone in the compendium, if you search in the 5th edition, under the information, you will see a picture of do I have one here? I'll see if I can find one in the journals. Maybe they'll let me share a picture of it. And for the handouts, maybe not. It gives me the option to show players. Otherwise, you guys can... Well, okay. I think I can basically drag one on the thing so you can get a sense of what they look like.
Yep. Weird, part fish, part tentacle monster get in your head and fuck with you.
Yes. They have like a slime on them that can take over your mind and basically like turn you into a zombie slave.
Yeah, they're bad news.
There's a picture.
Most fortunate thing is that they do, at the very least, tend to live in water.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I'm
Clue
just
basically
gonna face
explains
palm
this.
and go, I need some bases of archery.
Archery doesn't really work underwater, but okay.
All right, Jarlax was like, well, all right, so here's what's going to happen. I need to. I told you I would provide support. I will be returning to my alias of Zordoz for this. I will bring 3 of my gunslingers to provide you with protection and support. I will be there at the request of Lady Mara, and I will send you a bird with the location tomorrow night, and I will be waiting for you. I advise you, if I know Dagult, there will probably be some measures of protection or otherwise in covering this place. Therefore, we will have to be on our guard. So, whatever equipment you think is necessary and healing potions, I say acquire them tomorrow. Yes, Lady Mara.
How would you feel if we had Renier Never Ember join us on this adventure or suicide mission, however you would like to describe it?
I have no plans to die tomorrow, lady. Yes, Renier could be quite useful in these situations. After all, when the dragons are recovered, it will be a very big deal. And I think him having a positive view of Zordoz and the Sea Maiden's Fair will not go amiss in terms of connections here in Waterdeep. Yes.
Delightful. Also, your compatriot here has a side deal that I would like to discuss. Not necessarily a side deal that we need to discuss, but something that I would like to try out. If you are amicable, there we go. Please send me a bird before tomorrow night, before we go on this adventure. I would like to make sure that what I need to get done gets done.
All right, that's very cryptic. Is there any other information you want to have so I'm not waiting on pins and needles?
I like you waiting on pins and needles, my darling.
He chuckles appreciatively. Oh, I do like a bit of edging.
TMI. Okay,
He says that, and Mara's brain goes straight to the gutter, and just is like, like she's
Does the
choking
bar
on
know what that is?
I don't know. Roll intelligence.
I did.
Oh no.
11. Okay.
It was the most unladylike he has seen Mara go in the whole entire time that he's known her.
I'm assuming that since Mara doesn't really seem to express a lot of interest in like relationships and all that kind of physical stuff, that that kind of banter and talk wouldn't really be on her register. So it'd be pretty rare if she had put herself in a situation where that came up. So it was like a 13 DC check, but.
Do you want me to roll? I can totally roll.
No. Hibara rolled. Hibara, yeah, Corey wanted to know if Hibara would understand that reference.
I may or may not also be choking actively on coffee. Ow.
So he nods to Felric. Felric gets up. Jarlaxle gets up. He picks up his hat with one of its ridiculously long plume coming out of it, puts it back on, and as he does, you can sort of see a shimmer go down as he returns to his form of Zordoz. Yep, there's Vigo again. And he says, "Be warned your entire lives if you ever come across an aboleth. I don't know if it's this one in particular, all of them, but you might be vulnerable to their mental attacks. I myself will be avoiding them judiciously in future at all costs." He then gives you a flourishing bow and says, "Until tomorrow night, I wish you well."
I'm sorry.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Quick question: did Jarlaxle give us the stone back, or does he still have it?
He threw it on the table. Mara tried to catch it, but I
Yeah.
don't think anybody was paying attention to that athletics throw. Mara does pick it up off the table and goes to skips down the stairs to go find a mason jar to put it back into.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, that's really going to stop an aboleth.
I mean,
okay.
I assume the aboleth isn't in the rock. I assume it's like traveling through it or some shit.
the rock. If the rock wants to not live in the mason jar, then it needs to say something. But for now, it lives in the mason jar,
Do you
and that
wanna-
is where it lives.
Just as Jarlaxle leaves, Clue, do you want to ask him any questions else about the aboleth before he walks out?
Maybe that question you just asked the DM.
I mean, yeah, like about the aboleth, you think it's like in the rock? Do you think it's channeling? Do you have a vague clue of where it might be?
I know from wrestling with it during the attunement process that Dagold Neverember trapped this aboleth in a stone. Some mage did it in order to keep the secrets of the location, means, and keys for his treasure. If you break this open, or if it comes into contact with a suitable habitat, you will come face to face with an aboleth. I strongly advise you not do that, no matter what it asks you.
Is my plan of throwing it in the ocean not happening anymore? Got it?
would also, it's in your mind now, so if you do try to destroy it, it will be able to use its abilities to track you down. You must tread very carefully with this dangerous item you have.
Mara looks at him and goes, but Mara,
fuck!
Mara laughs at Clue. But then looks at Jarlaxle, or Zordoz now.
Zordoz now.
So it's a trapped being in a rock. Oh wait, Mara fucked off with the rock. Never mind. Mara didn't hear any of this.
Okay.
Strike that. Mara fucked off with the rock.
Who's just gonna walk over to Barry? Well, considering most of the rest of us have attuned it, outside of you and Hibara, you're on rock duty from now on. Just figure stuff out, do things, don't tell us about it.
Also, I didn't, Lady Mara didn't ask. I was planning on telling her tomorrow when I gave her the location, but the stone only gave me partial information. It gave me where it can be found, but it is the saber itself rests in an underground secret cavern. It knows the way, and it wants to be taken back there.
Oh, back to the lightsaber.
And once you arrive there, it will agree to give you the location to the cavern to obtain the weapon in exchange for you letting it go. You will have to decide if that is something you can risk. The aboleth now knows everything about you, your family, your history. It knows how you think. And me too, thanks to your party. But because you didn't know, you still live. But as I said, consider yourselves, anyone whose minds have touched this, be wary of any type of creature that is aboleth.
Huh. Oh,
someone better tell Mara, because if they don't tell Mara, Mara is totally going to let it go in sake of a lightsaber.
Well, thanks for the information. Sorry we accidentally exposed you to an ancient evil. Our fault. Whoopsie doodle.
Sorry, I gave you chlamydia.
We didn't
That's a
mean
callback.
to. Yeah, to the conversation we had earlier.
He says, I like you guys. I think that we could have a profitable relationship in future, and if all of this with the dragons goes well, we'll consider the aboleth water under the bridge.
As long as it's not an aboleth that's in the water, it's fine. It's fine.
He chuckles again. Yes, this is why I like your party. Very unusual, always keeps me guessing. It's quite unusual to be so unpredictable and chaotic and yet work together so well. I don't know how you do it. It's a curiosity to me.
I think we're just getting lucky most of the time, to be honest.
Very true.
I'll drink to your luck tonight on my ship.
Maybe we'll drink about our success tomorrow.
Yes, and don't forget the partnership with the Alaskan Pirate Ale. Oh, you weren't in the room. Yes, we're going to work out a little Luskin to Waterdeep exclusive provision of the best pirate ale of Luskin for your tavern.
I mean, that was good beer.
It was.
That is good beer.
Well, thank you, Clue. He offers you his hand.
Takes his hand.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
Felric sort of waves goodbye to you, Hibara.
Oh yeah, she waves bye to both of them.
And they head out of the tavern and into the night, into the wintry night. Belvar, where did you go? Are you walking the streets of Troll Skull Alley?
Mm-hmm. Eventually they'll make their way back.
In that case, then Hibara would turn to Perry and Clue and go, so should we go do that then?
Yeah. At this point, feel like some murder.
So, necromancers.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to bring everyone there.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Work out all this angst that's built up.
And we just need
Who
to
wants
find
to tell
Mara and
Mara?
Telvar.
I'll go tell Mara. Delva probably will come up with excuses.
Oh yeah, you should probably get the stone from Mara too.
We should probably mention the entire "don't break it" or a Nableth will come and fucking kill us thing.
No, don't tell her that. She'll try to keep it.
I mean, even she wouldn't try to adopt an Nableth, would she? They're big, ugly fish things.
You never know.
Part
of me really wants to adopt Cthulhu.
Don't. At least not until we're never gonna be like level 15.
We'll eventually get there, but not after.
No. Because that's
No.
like 4 years, and that's assuming Kristi wants to run like high level campaigns, which go to shit so fucking fast.
Yeah. Sadly, it's not the social or the exploration; it's the battles. It's really just that's the part that falls down.
Yeah, the real problem is that damage does not go up nearly as fast as health does. Things just start taking ages.
Yep. Yes.
I mean, there probably are like homebrew things done with the exact intent of mitigating that a bit, but I would also take, research.
Yeah, we had a discussion about like when to cap this adventure. But I mean, on the other hand, you guys also have lower level players that you could kind of inhabit to keep parts of the narrative going, or we could just start something new. But
well, it's more about if you're going to be fighting aboleths, you're probably going to be into, midish dens, probably like 13, 14, so they're real big. And Clue has a thing that's really good against them, but he doesn't get that until he's like 16, I think.
I mean, there are parts of Undermountain that are designed for 15 plus. So you kind of go down in that area. But we're kind of getting off of the narrative here. So we can talk about that, after in the breakout session. So all right, cool. All right.
So go downstairs. And as we do, Perry is going to ask, is there a way to block its perception just to be on the safe side?
Whose perception?
The stones.
Technically, yes. Practically, not really. I mean, there's
Protection from good and evil.
Well, for instance, that nobody in there is attuned to it. You don't quite understand, like, if it can hear. I mean, you haven't really investigated it. But, if you want to roll an intelligence, I guess. Harry?
He just rolled a 25.
All right. You think that if it's not sort of where it could pick up your sound vibrations, like if it's not in your pocket, you're not quite sure how it could hear things. So you think that if it's, somewhat distant from the party, that, because neither Clue nor Thelvar have said they've heard it in their minds or felt it once they've disattuned from it. So it seems to be a completely broken connection from what you've observed from the party members who's had their minds touched by it.
just clicking something.
Yeah.
Harry is going to pull out his lovely magical pouch, put his hand in it, and try to find a stone that's worth, say, gem stone worth more than 100 gold.
Okay. Do you have one of those? I mean, if you just have one in your pocket, you can use it.
No, it's going into that pouch to get in the vault. The hordes person thing.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think. Do we have gems of over 300?
It's just
not
100 gold.
currently.
Well, I think you guys
What happened
did.
to that cache of gems?
Yeah.
I mean, we have like black diamonds, but one we need to.
What are the other ones that we got at the lighthouse?
Yeah, I think you guys picked up some other.
We sold some gems as well, but they were only worth 50.
Oh, did we sell them already?
Yeah, and even then, is it gems up to 100 or just a gem of 100? Because they were only 50.
A gem of 100 or more.
Yeah, so those wouldn't have even worked because they were too cheap.
God damn it.
Yeah, so these are the kind of things like if you want to go shopping before you go to the location, for instance, that would be, this is your opportunity. Like I dumped a bunch of money on you guys so you could, get all your components and stuff. So yeah, so you look around, there's unfortunately not an appropriate worthiness expensive enough gem bag.
Harry's going to just hand over 100 gold to Nez and say, find yourself a gem and make that servant.
Okay, so what's Nez going to do?
So Nez will take the gold and go shopping.
Okay. Well, fortunately, Waterdeep, it's a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
And she has to go, they have to go to a kind of dodgier part of town, like closer to the dock ward because
Fortunately, Nez is a pirate and knows these things.
Yeah, it's fine. And is able to negotiate, ends up paying like 110 instead of 100, but and so she kind of, they they top it up a little bit to figure they'll get back and bring you back a nice blue sapphire of exceptional quality, but very small, but of the appropriate value. And asks for 10 gold, 10 dragons.
And Perry just hands it over without telling anyone.
Okay. Hi, welcome back. Yeah, so what would you like to do with your gem?
Hint at the... Because Perry's going to get Nez to build that and give...
Oh, yeah, your homunculus.
Have Nez take care of the stone.
Oh, okay.
By placing it, by having the servant take it and keep it away from everyone.
Okay. You have like a extra dimensional room, don't you? Or there's some extra dimension. There's an extra dimensional alchemist lab too, if you wanted to use one of those spaces. But yeah, if your plan is to, Mara has a stone at the moment.
Yep, Mara's putting it back in alcohol.
But Ness has got to go build the servant first.
Okay,
so they've got some time.
Yes. All right. Let's just play that out. Like when you had the servant ready, Mara. When you have the stone, and do you keep it next to you? Do you put it like on the bar behind Lith? Where does it go, Lith?
It goes with all the rest of her swag. Like she has, like it just kind of bounces around in like her travel bag with everything else.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Perry, how would you approach Mara with the homunculus offer?
Probably wait till after the fight to approach Mara. He's going to consider this one carefully.
What fight? Wait, I'm confused.
We're going to go kill necromancers.
Oh, okay. You are aware that the second you mention homunculus, Mara's going to go onto a tangent about Full Metal Alchemist. Just going to give you a warning.
All right, so that will be ongoing, like while you guys do your thing. But Thalvar is nowhere to be found.
I mean, on that note, when Habara comes down the stairs, Jolly's been being a bouncer at the back door and stairs this whole time.
Yep.
So she'd ask him, "Hey, Jolly, have you seen Thelvar?"
Yeah, he points in the direction he saw Thelvar. Thelvar didn't look like Jolly said hi, Thelvar. Didn't look too happy. But he did notice the direction. Well, obviously, he cares about your security. He's your security guard. Points in the direction that Thelvar went.
I'm assuming he's pointing down the street.
Thelvar, are you walking up and down the street?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, then she'd just go in that direction down the street. And then after a bit, she'd start yelling Thelvar. Oh wait, I should do a perception to see if she can see him.
Yeah.
She sees God.
Oh, again.
Okay, so I guess she doesn't go just yelling down the street. She goes just straight up to Thelvar.
Hebara, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you for an important thing. You are so perceptive because you did so well on that roll. You also notice some shady characters skulking around, seem to be, looking at the tavern a lot. And so when you spot Thelvar, you also spot these sketchy people scoping out your house.
We really need to have other people roll better perceptions than Hibara because that just doesn't register. Like it registers, but like, oh, weird people, whatever.
I mean, next level clue's gonna have expertise in perception. I mean, full on fucking eagle eyes the guy.
Yeah, but that doesn't help us now.
So yeah. She walks up to Thelvar and says, "Thelvar, Perry wants everyone to come and go kill some people."
Fair enough. Lead on then, Habara.
Okay. Turns around and starts walking back to the old haunt. I'm assuming Thelvar's following.
Yep.
Yeah, you come back into now out of the winter air into the warm tavern, Thelvar. Again, your mood slightly lifts as the first feeling lessened. Get hit by the smell. By the way, Gorko and Patsky, Sippy's empty. There is the bobs are the bucket is gone, and the two of them are basically like starting to fall asleep. It's getting to be closing time now. And Liff is just sort of like cleaning the bar around them. They're like drooling on the bar a little bit. So he's not going to bother that spot until after the bobs come and haul him upstairs. But it says on the tick board, Gorko 14, Patsky 11. So Gorko, having lived in a tavern longer, apparently had a stronger liver. And seems to have won the ridiculous challenge of who can take the most beer shots out of Sippy.
Good job, Gorgo. You made me proud.
Mara's just, if Mara had seen that, she's just going to shake her head and judge them both. Like a good mama should.
All right, yeah, so Thelvar is back in the tavern now. As is Habara. Everyone's back in the tavern. And it's going to be closing time, so patrons are starting to make their way out. Jolly also returns and sits at the bar across from, Friend and Jarvis. They've all noticed a lot of commotions, but nobody's asking any questions.
This is when Bartram would show up and get Persky.
Patsky ain't going nowhere.
Patsky.
Patsky is out. You can throw him over your shoulder like a sack of potatoes. But that's about it.
Would Bartram being Kermit to lift him?
Yeah, Kermit could lift him, sure. Between Bartram and Kermit.
I don't know why Bartram would have gone to get Kermit.
I mean, I'm asking, would he have remembered to get him?
No. No, probably not.
Oh, then you need to get him out of there yourself.
Isn't Kermit working in the back kitchen anyway? Is he still doing
he
it?
is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed they would mostly be. Yeah,
he works there now.
I thought he was on the ship.
Assumed they were mostly busy with preparing the ship and stuff. So
Yeah,
the meeting was generally not in the bar.
This is
getting towards the end.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
don't
We're kind of
stay.
still in that downtime thing,
Mhm.
but I'm being super flexible and like, like they're getting ready to head off, and they'll kind of leave when you leave. But I want you to have
Mhm.
all the characters available to you here in this downtime. So I'm being a bit that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, the order of things.
I mean, I assume Kermit would just generally be busy with the ship. And
That's
he's
what I
actually
thought
supposed to
too.
be looking on,
Yeah, that's true. They could be getting that ready. Depends on. I don't know where he sleeps at night.
helping
Maybe
with
he sleeps
repairs
on
and
the ship.
stuff,
Yeah.
lifting things,
Okay.
punching things.
So then Bartram on his own.
So should I make an athletics?
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, roll that athletics. See how Patsky.
Not very well.
No, he just kind of like slumps to the floor. Bartram notices there's actually a bench in front of the fire. Maybe that'll do. It kind of like drags Patsky over. Liff will see you, and Liff will help. If your aim is to just plop him on the bench because you can't get him all the way upstairs, Liff can help you plop him
Oh, it
there.
wasn't taking him upstairs.
Oh, where was he taking him?
back to nice places to live.
Liv kind of points at the bench and is like, kind of indicates you can sleep here if you want. The Adventures of Drunken Patsky. What's Bartram gonna do?
A bench?
Mhm.
No. That's not nice enough.
It's
I
trash.
fix.
It's trash.
It is a trash bench.
It's trash. So yeah, Jolly's, you said Jolly's getting drunk?
No. He's just sitting at the end of the bar near Friend
Oh,
and
he's just
Jarvis.
chilling.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Okay.
You can ask Jolly.
Yeah. You pull out Jolly's either sleeve or pants leg, whichever's closest.
He looks down. Oh, hi Bartram. Hi Bartram. What are you doing here?
Come get Patsky.
Oh, Patsky's not gonna go anywhere. He looks where Patsky was at the bar, and then he kind of scans the bar and sees him like sleeping underneath the bench because he didn't get him on top. Like, he probably should go sleep that off in the ship, shouldn't he? Do you need help getting him back to the ship? You want me to call Parker?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Jarvis, can we get Parker to take Patsky and Bartram back to the docks and Second Chance?
Not docks. Home.
Oh, okay. Or home.
Sleep nice.
All right. Sleep in a nice place. Wherever Bartram says, Parker should take them there. Jarvis nods and says, yes, of course I can do that. Goes into the back kitchen. Parker comes out and indicates that if you go out the back door, the carriage has actually been parked for the night, not on the street, because, Troll Skull Alley, you don't want to leave your carriage parked, even locked, Waterdeep. It's not safe. And so, so they can board the carriage from the back door rather than going out the front. Yeah, so Jolly will throw Patsky, kind of like heaves a little bit. He calls out, hey, Bob, can we get a bucket to go? So waits a few minutes, and Bob comes out with a wooden bucket that's, you notice, has been rinsed out recently. And like puts the bucket in the carriage. Parker does not look at all happy about this arrangement, but he's like, keep the window dropped so he gets a lot of cold air on him, and hopefully that'll stop him from being sick on the way. But if it happens, here's a bucket. And Jolly also kind of helps you into the carriage. Steady
Yes,
you.
thanks.
Yes, just instruct Parker on where to go, and he'll see you home safe. Yeah, you guys bundle off and go off into the night. Your not trash place.
Yep. Fancy dwarven digs.
Yeah, and when you get there, Parker will help. Bring Patsky inside. You want to roll a Constitution? So just a straight up 20. If he rolls under 7, he pukes. And if he rolls above 7 or lower, the ride made him sick. If he rolls 8 or higher, he made it home without puking. Yeah, Patsky hurls
It's
into the
full.
bucket. You want to do a dexterity check to see if he makes it? Start to. So that's that little.
Well, I would
narrative.
imagine that Bartram
Yeah.
would help him.
Yeah, aim his
He's
head.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aim his face. He's going to be pretty sick tomorrow. All right, so that little side bar. They are home safe and sound. Back to the old haunt. By the way, I really like this. Like, we've done 2 sessions of almost entirely roleplay, and it's so easy to DM these sessions.
Mhm. But now it's time for murder. Yay!
But yes, time
You
to
don't have
smash.
Kermit.
I mean, Clue still likes. I mean, doesn't particularly like murder per se, but he likes stabbing shit from time to time.
All right, who's going to brief Thelvar on? I mean, was it Hibara said you were going to kill people? Is anyone?
Yep. Where Harry wants us to go kill some people.
Yes. Thelvar, do you want to
So
get any more
when
of a
they're all
briefing?
there,
Yes.
does Mara turn up?
Where's
Mara's
Mara?
in the bar trying to find
Okay.
a mason jar.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I assumed Perry was looking for her.
Probably better off in
Okay,
the
we'll
kitchen.
sit-
If you want.
Hey, will signal them all over to go to the table Felvar's at, and then explain that the necromancers that they were looking for on his first day have been located, and it's time to take them out.
Fair enough.
I
Let's
mean,
get going then.
do you want to just instantly start with murder, or should we try and get some information first?
They weren't talkative when I went there, so
I mean, I can try.
they weren't talkative when I went there.
I mean, doesn't mean somebody else can't try.
Well, the place was very small.
Oh yeah, you probably just get
I mean-
laughed at.
I mean, you forget I can change my shape, right? Or at least the appearance.
Yeah, changing your appearance wouldn't work.
Oh no,
I don't
it's
know.
pretty good. I mean, disguise self can make you a solid chunk
Fine.
shorter.
Fine, we'll let you go in first, and when you start screaming, we'll come in and start killing.
Out of curiosity, how tall is Clue?
6-ish feet, which actually, yeah, his shortest you can get is 5, which would still be tall for a halfling.
That is rather tall for a halfling.
Like the basketball elite of halfling life.
I mean, you can still fucking try. Just tall halfling coming in. It happens sometimes because they're 4-ish feet normally, right?
Something like that, yeah.
The average height is 3.
Oh, is it 3?
Yes.
So he's very tall halfling.
Maybe he's a halfling.
Half halfling?
Partially.
I don't want to know. You know what? Keep it to yourselves. I don't want to know.
In other words, Clue needs to think of this cover story by the time we all get there.
By the time we get there. Meanwhile, Perry's actually rather enjoyed the idea of they all wait outside for Clue to start screaming.
Oh no, we took the cab.
What?
Do we have to walk over there now? Or are we going to
We
wait in
have
the
to
cab?
walk.
Yeah, you sent
Right.
off your carriage, right? Bartram and Patsky are
I
off on the
mean,
other side of the city.
It's a nice night out, clear, nice and crisp. A walk will do you good.
Perry's just like, what the fuck is this weather?
It's cold winter, and it's lovely.
I do have to
Dark
point
indeed.
out and remind everyone that Hibara is in a sundress, and that's it.
Is that any more or covering than what Mara was wearing? I don't know.
Oh, well, I
is-
mean, yeah, Mara's basically a stripper. Hibara is in a sundress.
There's nothing wrong with being a stripper.
Yeah, I didn't say that. There's
I
nothing
know.
wrong
I'm
with
just
it.
saying.
I'm just saying. She's literally wearing strings.
And, yep. That's totally what's happening right now. Mara's totally wearing just strings.
At least Perry's too busy shivering to notice this time.
Not even the fact that he's small and Tibar doesn't wear shoes.
Habara has a cold. Habara and frickin' Mara currently have a nipple problem.
Probably.
It's cold.
Well, defined problem, but yeah.
It's not a problem for anybody else, I'm sure.
Nipple phenomena.
But yeah, as we're walking over, Hibaro would nudge Clue to look at this. He's just holding up a piece of paper.
Yep, that is paper. Accurate.
Oh, look what's on it.
I'm looking.
And she points to it specifically at the end.
I mean, what does the piece of paper say?
Shit, I forgot the first part. But the bottom part that she's really pointing out is bill any damages to me.
Oh, it's from the paper from Vajra. It's basically, so you want to take a look at it. You'll just take a 10. When you look at it, you see that it's Vajra from the Black Staff. I don't have my Dragon Heist book next to me, which is a mistake. Basically saying if you've tracked down information on these necromancers, then proceed with the mission. Obtain information, take out anyone who, resists.
Resistance is futile.
Okay. We are going to stop everything, but first see if I can get some intel, Ronies.
Oh, I know, but I just thought you should know.
Yeah, great.
We're covered.
Oh, yeah, we also ruled that Clue doesn't know Perry can do psychic links at this point, right? Because he was very drunk when it happened last.
Oh, yeah, he didn't remember.
Yep.
I mean, he vaguely remembers that, but he's pretty sure it was just him being weird when he was drunk.
He's hearing voices for no reason.
Yeah, or like Perry did like some, what do you do when you do a puppet? And you make
ventriloquism.
Yes, like a ventriloquist act.
Come on, guys. I'm gonna pretend to be a halfling, and it's gonna probably go horribly wrong, but hey!
All right, well, you can walk down the streets at night. There's, someone roll me a D100. As you're walking along, one of the things that you see is a coach. An open-air coach going by, and there are two people exchanging a passionate kiss in the back of the coach, while the horse and the driver pretend not to notice as they clop along the streets. So just a little bit of Waterdeep life there as you head down to the Blue Lantern. Okay. So what I've done is, again, the way that the way I see the map is there's the ground level, and when you walk in, you actually walk into a set of stairs. I know that's not how the map maybe naturally reads, but fuck it, I'm the DM. I just think it's cooler as a restaurant idea that you open a door and you are basically greeted with a staircase down. And then so I already have you all placed there, but obviously there's like not a street. So if you go to the top of the map, you can organize yourselves kind of like along the staircase, and on you can if people are standing outside in the street, for instance, just tell me that, and that will be canon wherever, sort of regardless of where you are on the map. So yeah, you arrive. Habara and Perry take you down this alley. It's also called Troll Skull. Yeah, what did I say it was? It wasn't Troll Skull Alley.
It was Troll something.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not on the map, so I can't look.
Yeah.
I remember where it was, though.
Oh, yeah, I can show you on the map. I found it. Yay, okay, yeah, it's down in the, basically, it's in the Dockward, because, dodgy part of town. And, Troll Crook Alley. It's the purple dot there, near Kolat Towers, currently home of Manchun. So that's where y'all are going.
Okay.
So when you walk in, at this point, it's definitely getting to be like closing time American style. Like it's getting on 1:45 in the morning.
Okay.
But it's also a hostel, so there are still lights on. The rest of the street is pretty quiet, but there are still lights on in this building. And yeah, you're stood outside they take you to the street. I don't want to put you in front of the front door if you want to do something at a different point in time. So you're walking along, getting close.
Well, Kabara would definitely do Pass Without Trace when we're ready to go in. And also make known, like, Mara, Thelvar, Kabara, and I guess Perry to stay back. And let Clue go in.
Clue is gonna disguise self and just look like a weirdly tall halfling, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Walk with a stoop, hide it.
I'm going to roll a d8 to see how long Perry's going to be in Clue's head this time.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, roll your D8.
Oh, look, 8 hours.
Poor Clue.
So I didn't dream this while
No,
drunk.
Perry hasn't said anything yet. Perry's just in his head.
Isn't it a willing creature? So, like, Clue would have to know.
Is it a willing creature?
We'll get the spell out.
I thought it was.
It's not a spell, it's an ability, but I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
okay.
it's willing.
It does not say willing creature.
Is it just creature you know?
If you become aware of the connection, it's creature you can see. If you become aware of the connection, you can close it. That's all.
Also, it's apparently you can actually do it up to your fishing bonus, so you can add 2 more people into that connection, apparently, if you want to.
Perry's not quite ready to add Mara in.
Mara doesn't want to want anything to do with Clue's brain. Thank you very much.
Perry doesn't realize that as soon as he gets inside Mara's head, it's just going to be like a radio station of songs.
Yeah, we can read it now.
It's actually going to be a circular table with Mara and War and a rat in the middle and a radio in the background, just playing random music.
Clue, what does Clue as a halfling look like?
Good question. Well, he's gonna be looking like a halfling, but I mean, he's gonna look, shorter. That's definitely it. He's still gonna look like very tall for a halfling, but generally speaking, he's gonna look kind of like shady, like hood over his head, generally like slightly dirty and like raggedy clothes. He's gonna try and look like the kind of person who's gonna try and buy bodies for entirely not legal purposes.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going with that. I'm trying to find bodies for illegal purposes vibe. Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds. All right. You walk up to the door. It is closed, but there's light pouring out from the cracks, in the seams between the floor and the door and its hinges.
Then I open the door.
Yeah, it's open.
Okay.
Wings
and
open.
Then he's gonna walk in, try and act casual in the way that it's obvious that he's great at acting casual.
Okay. Is you want to roll a? You want to roll deception or performance?
I would say that's deception.
Okay.
16.
Alrighty, dighty. We'll roll for the people you interact with. I have a new bag where I keep all my dice. It's very exciting. Okay. Right. 16's pretty good. Let me just check something on their stats to see if they get any bonuses before I roll. Okay. All right. You can go on in.
Okay. He is walking down to the bar, just gonna take a seat.
Okay.
And order a drink, real casual like.
All right, so when you walk to the ground level, the room is filled with the blue glow, and as you turn the corner, you see the source of it. There's this massive glass thing in the middle where they have these blue orb lights just sort of floating around, providing light to the entire facility. The dining areas are set for tomorrow's breakfast, you assume, or whatever meal, but other than the sort of few people sat around the bar, there is nobody else. It's just sort of the patrons around the bar having quiet conversations. The bartender, whom Perry would recognize, walks over and says, "Sorry, closing time."
Ah, that's a shame, because I was really looking for something, and I kind of wanted as fast as possible. Trying to sound ever so slightly desperate.
Well, there's other bars that are open until 4, so you can get your quick drink there.
I mean, really a drink to them, looking for just kind of nervously tapping on the table. I hear you guys can acquire stuff one might be able to use for specific types of research.
She cocks her head, but she doesn't answer. She just lets the silence hang.
Cool. This is going well. Definitely. Yeah, I got myself into a spot of trouble with some people, and they need some stuff, and they told me to get the stuff from you.
Her head kind of tilts the other direction, her eyes narrow, and she said, "What kind of stuff?"
You know the kind of stuff that you and I are made of, but less alive.
Her eyes narrow even further, and she leans in ever so slightly. You see her nose scrunch up as she sniffs at you.
Okay. Do I smell that? I mean, I've been on the street for a bit. It's very likely I smell kind of terrible. I'm really sorry.
I don't think you're going to find what you're looking for here. You're going to need to deal with your own kind.
I'm pretty sure we're both halflings here. I mean, why are you... Okay, this is a condition, okay? I can't help that I'm this tall. I faced a lot of discrimination because of my height, and I don't appreciate this.
As your voice rises, the other patrons are now looking at you.
This is discrimination, and quite frankly, I'm very offended.
You're noticing as you look around. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. See how much you notice. Oh.
Good roll.
Yes. You notice that their behavior is all the same and very unusual for humanoids. They start to kind of lean in. They all start sniffing. All of their noses are just like waggling, sniffling at you, and their shoulders are kind of coming forward, and they're all hunching and leaning, taking a great interest in you.
Uh-oh. What's with the sniffing? This is a smell thing? Are you... Oh, I know what the sniffing is. Clue's just gonna cast invisibility on himself. Nope.
God fucking damn it! Never away from your problems!
All right. They're gonna get a perception check, so go ahead and roll for your stealth. I guess because you're invisible, but you want to be stealthy, right?
Yeah, I mean, all 14. Fuck.
Okay.
Oh,
They don't
no.
get a huge bonus. Let's see. Oh. I don't want you. Well, no, you're gonna find out how they react, so I can roll this in public. Oh.
Fucking rolls, man, Jesus.
You see a bunch of them fall to the ground and start, like, not fall to the ground, but almost go to all fours when you go and start to move towards you when you go invisible. And they're definitely hunching over as they're trying to catch your scent.
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
But you can make it if you want to move out of the bar. But you notice that very shortly they're starting to figure out what direction you've gone in.
Well, this is where bonus action dash comes in.
I will ask. Hibara, I believe, has a clear line of shot to have been watching Clue this whole time.
Did you sneak in behind him? Okay, yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'd scrolled down farther on the map than I saw where you all were. So if that's, I assumed everyone is on the street and Clue was going in alone, but if you had done that,
Oh,
would
no,
you
no,
enter?
no.
Okay, that's fine then.
I had Hibara be like, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same thing she did, but get everyone together.
I think you could have seen Clue. You would have had the bartender. You could see when she leaned in to sniff him, and you could see like some of the patrons, but not all of them. But you definitely watched what was going down, and you see the behavior.
I'm just wondering if she saw Clue disappear.
Yes, and she also saw because all of the halflings start rushing, to find his scent.
As soon as Clue would disappear, she'd summon Grizzle.
She can't. Oh, it's her ability. Well, I thought she couldn't do fire things in the city.
We already established that it wasn't that wasn't limiting to.
Okay.
I mean, if you're summoning Grizzle there, Clue's gonna need to make a tech save.
Yeah, because you can't see him, so you'd have to either wait for him to pass.
When he goes invisible.
Okay.
So
it would have been there, and then Clue runs past Grizzle.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. One of them. Well, I guess. Here's the thing: is what is going to happen with Grizzle because, you're going to retreat with him because otherwise we're going to roll initiative. So it depends on what your intention with Grizzle is. Is it just to be a distraction and you're going to call him back, or is he going to engage in battle?
No. I thought we were engaged.
Clue is running up there mostly to choke him into this hallway, so the spellcaster can just fucking blast him.
Okay.
Yeah, the intent is initiative.
Okay. Then, hold on, let me pull up the initiative thing and clear it out, because I didn't do that last time. All right, and click on your tokens and roll initiative.
Oh, fun. What?
Yeah?
Nothing. I'm seeing the sniffing and I'm going, okay, what kind of creature are we fighting?
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it tells us.
Ah, excellent. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Shit. So if they're sniffing and they're sniffing like what? I think they're like, wait, hold on. What kind of sniffing are they doing? Are they doing like little rat sniffs or are they doing puppy dog sniffs?
Well, Clue, are you going to run out in the street and tell them? Because
I mean,
everyone should have come in
already.
Yeah, everyone should have
We're
come
all
in.
the stays, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're hanging out.
I mean, Clue is when he's all the way back, he's probably gonna go rats.
Okay, so my next question, as a uncured were-rat, where do my loyalties lie?
That's a good question.
You get to pick, I guess.
I do? I get to pick?
I mean, were-rats aren't necessarily loyal to every other were-rat. If they were like part of your group, that'd be a conflict, but they can have wars with other groups of were-rats as well.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so we don't know what group they belong to.
I mean, probably the local one.
Okay, so not the Neverwinter one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Oh gods. It's were-rat necromancers.
Great.
Were-rat
Well,
necromancers.
that's kind of what you were going for, right?
I hate everybody. All of you.
Let me reorder this. Oh, okay. So yes, the half. Oh, yep. Sorry, would someone have something else before?
No, it was just
Oh,
Kelsey
Thelvar.
going, I hate the
Okay.
world.
Okay. No, Thelvar had to
You're
roll.
there.
So yeah, excellent. All right. Yep, 11. You're in there now. All right. So they're going. So the halflings. Oh no, Mara, you're first now.
Yes.
Sorry, my apologies.
All right. So Mara hears Clue go rat. Sees Grizzle activate, and because she doesn't necessarily want to fight right now, goes, "Brethren, lay down your arms!" And holds her action for oh god, turn order is currently in my view screen. Until somebody comes within her striking range of a javelin.
All right.
I mean, you're currently behind a piece of wall, so that would be.
They'd have to come
behind
around the corner.
Or I am
You
behind
should
the
probably
wall.
move
Yeah, you've
up a
got
bit.
30 feet of movement for whatever you'd like to do.
Oh,
so
and
you
then
can use
I
your
guess
movement.
I go, oh, that's the wrong screen. Sweep. I move to join Hibara.
Okay.
As I'm actively shouting, brother, and lay down your arms.
Okay. All right. The halflings or the were-rats go next. You had Grizzle appear in a surprise round, right? That's kind of that happened, and then that started the initiative. You hear them, a bunch of voices. The one at the bar especially seems to be the loudest, and they kind of like screech something in rat, or in their language. And you hear from the other side, like you hear more feet. Well, I should say, to be accurate, you hear a door open, and then you hear more feet as people start coming into the room. I haven't swapped these guys over, but they were all right. Also there, so that is their round is just going to be kind of like getting there, reacting. The rest of them, realizing that you guys are on, there's a Grizzle there, they are all going to take their movement to get behind some cover. Because they're not dumb. So they're all going to be like crouching down, spread out a little bit, move as well. All right. So yeah, they've all sort of like taken up a position defensively around the bar and called for reinforcements. And that is their turn. Hibara.
We're gonna go sparkly with some mage armor.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna move up a bit.
Okay. Right. That brings us to Thelvar.
Thelvar's gonna. Yeah. Double check range. They're probably just going to be preparing a spell. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, no. No line of sight. So, yeah, they're just going to prepare a spell.
All right. Clue, you were heading toward the stairs. Grizzle showed up behind you. What are you going to do? Yeah.
Well,
You're invisible.
the problem is all the rats retreated, so they're not dumb enough to walk into a choke point. and run in, but that's just gonna end up with Clue getting massively slapped in the face. So I think Clue is gonna see the changing situation and try and flank here using his invisibility.
Okay. Okay. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Just movement? Okay. Then it is.
Well, technically bonus action, so I
Yeah.
could double my movement up.
All right. Perry.
He's going to step around. And prepare an action, but not do anything else.
Okay.
He's not going to dash in this time.
All right. So you see, Clue, you're the only one who sees this.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Oh God, he sucks. All right. There's a looks like a newbie kind of were-rat who just kind of like runs over next to this big baddie right here and kind of cowers next to him, but doesn't really seem to know what the fuck he's doing because he's shit. And that brings us to the Archmage. The Archmage sees Grizzle is still up, right? You haven't dismissed Grizzle. Right, Habara?
Well, I don't think he... Well, does he have line of sight? He might have line of sight.
But he's made a fire, so
saw him.
he would light up too. Yeah,
So, yeah.
in that way.
And he does have line of sight, yeah.
Right. So he will use his time, and he is going to cast a spell that cuts off. I guess I can just tell you, it's a wall of force that he cast right there.
Oh no!
And then squeals.
He's in danger.
Clue, you see him like squeal. He hasn't figured you out. You're there yet, but you see him pointing to the were-rats that are rushing into the room, and you see him pointing up, like to the door of the street. And that will be, I guess I'll just default to his turn. It's going to be his turn. Oh. Clue, give me yeah, I think you can. Let me see, what is the best thing to do here? Give me an intelligence roll. It'll just be a base 10.
Yeah, 11. Barely made it.
Yeah, you realize now that you're watching the wizard who is ordering things around and barking out rat commands. That's Ambrose. You can see now some of like the fire burns on him when he made his escape. But this was the necromancer you guys tracked down to Dandy Mops.
Oh, he's gonna die.
All right, that will be his turn. Why do I keep losing the turn order? All right, that is okay. We're back to Mara.
Oh,
You
fuck.
hear magic being kind of spoken, and you hear like a whoo now coming from the second level. I'm sorry, you see it. So you start to see in front of you a misty. I don't actually know what a wall of force looks like. So let me.
Like a big pane of glass.
Okay. Yes.
Wood.
Okay.
Hmm?
And yeah, invisible. Here's the description of it. But.
Oh, I was gonna.
Quick question: does Clue know about the telepathic connection with Perry at this point, or not yet?
Has Perry said anything to Clue yet?
I don't think he has.
No. So nope. Unfortunately,
Okay.
Clue, you think you're cut off from your friends. So, all right. So Mara, yes, you kind of see
You
this.
could try thinking something and see what happens.
The air in front of you at the bottom of the stairs just starts to almost shimmer, like you're looking at it through a mirage now, or through some slightly distorted glass. And you also notice that the sounds coming from the area they're coming from over you, but they're not coming straight up the staircase anymore. It seems to have quietened in that area as well.
Mm. The question here is, can I break it?
Right. Let's see.
You have the disintegrate spell?
Yeah.
No, I was just
Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage, can't be dispelled by dispel magic. Basically,
but
you need integrate. And nothing physical can pass through the wall.
so I can't beat it I can't beat it into submission.
You can try, but
Well, you can beat it. It just won't do anything.
yeah.
That was the question. It was like, can I
It
do
has
damage?
no
to the-
AC, it has no HP. It is just a thing, unless you have disintegrate.
All right. Well.
Or a teleport.
Or teleport, yeah.
Oh, so you mean Mara's? So Mara's fucking useless right now.
Also, teleport doesn't work because it goes into ethereal plane, so
Yeah,
teleport
it
doesn't
does.
work.
Oh, well, I mean,
But it is only 10 feet tall,
teleports,
so
like, dimensional door, all of them.
Yeah, you could.
No, it goes to ethereal plane, so any teleportation magic doesn't work.
Well, okay.
I don't think that's right.
You guys could teleport to a different part of the room. That wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you could teleport to another wall. That much is possible.
Oh, wait. So I could jump down instead.
If you wanted to climb up this wall, yeah, this area that you see here, you're looking down into the kitchen, is open.
So right here. So I was thinking of jumping right down there.
Yeah, you can jump down there.
There is the Ori.
Who isn't turned to you?
I mean,
I'm not
which
attuned
Ori
to
piece?
I'm not.
the one with the teleport.
None of us attuned to it. Bartram still is, I'm pretty sure.
No, he gave it back to Jolly.
So Jolly has it.
No, I
No,
think
Clue has it.
No, Clue has another Ori piece. He does not have the teleportation one.
yeah, you set your location, your retreat location, to be the tavern.
So I can teleport out if shit really starts going hella sideways.
Yeah, and Thelvar was already attuned to one piece, and I think maxed out on attunements. Clue had a second piece, but the teleportation one was not. I don't remember
Claimed.
anyone.
Who has that?
Nobody currently, I think.
I mean,
No,
it's back at the bar. It's back at the bar in
That was the
safekeeping.
question.
It's
Thank you,
next to the
Kristi.
stone.
Well, they were maxed out on attunements while they were attuned to the Stone of Galore, but they're not attuned to that anymore. So
Oh,
Yeah.
the Stone of Galore is currently in Mara's bag.
Yeah, they're not. No one's yet.
Yeah,
There's
that don't
3
help.
attunements. Yeah,
I was gonna say. Mara could go, Stone, go!
that piece is safely back at home, sadly. But
The
it,
Stone of Galore is currently in Mara's bag. Mara could go,
okay.
Stone of Galore, I choose you, but that's not gonna happen.
So are you going to jump down on the crate? This
How
basically it's a
far?
serving. I'm going to just basically kind of count it the same way. I think that would be it's 20 feet. That seems reasonable.
Okay. Mara is gonna go, brother, and lay down your arms, and I guess I'm gonna do an athletics check.
Yeah, go ahead.
To make sure I don't die.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you're fine. You're able to land.
Superhero landing
Superhero landing right on where they would normally make their breakfasts, but not
right here.
Yep.
Boom.
nice.
Would
And
Hibara's
So-
passive 17 notice this shenanigans?
Oh yeah, she's standing right next to you. You don't even need a pass.
Okay.
Like you can see, she's not being subtle climbing the wall or jumping down. I don't think so. Yes, everyone
No,
can
just
see what
making
Mara's
sure.
doing. Yeah. All right. So your free action is to shout something. So your movement
Yes.
was to jump. So you still have your action and your bonus action.
Oh fuck. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Reset everything. Because we had shit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cast. Okay, I could do this. We're gonna. Fucking me. We're gonna go ahead and use the long sword.
All right. That's
On-
gonna miss.
That guy.
No matter.
So
what.
I'm basically fucked. But that's fine because I think because I used my bonus action, I can't go into a rage yet. So
You didn't use your bonus action.
yes. Oh,
No, you use your
You
movement.
used a free action. Speaking is a free action.
oh, okay. Well, can I? All right. My brain went.
If you want to retcon that, because I know it's been a while since we've done some battles,
Yeah.
but if you want to go into a rage.
Yes, I want to
Okay.
retcon that.
Okay. And what
I'm
happens
gonna-
when you get advantage when you're raging?
I mean,
No.
she could.
Oh, okay.
Plus 2?
On
Did
damage.
she get? Oh, damn.
Okay.
Also, she could have reckless attacks for advantage, but then just as a separate bonus action. I don't remember.
So we're gonna go. I didn't do Fury of Blows. I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna go into a rage. That at least gives me. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And then basically it's just gonna give me half damage for while I'm exposed until I can go into
like slashing,
To
piercing,
physical.
bludgeoning
Yeah.
types of
until I get until I can go ahead and start Fury of Blows as a mage.
Okay, so but your action for this turn, you're not spending to go to rage and attack. Okay, so you're done.
Yes.
You're all set.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Then it's the halflings, who are all armed because they're fucking like this is a criminal front. So, the two in front are just going to snarl, and since you did swing your long sword at them, they're not going to feel bad about it, but they are going to attack you. So the first one is going to go. So you see this basically. If you were to wear rat out, you see the kind of humanoid rat form that you would take, and they're going to swing at you with their short sword. So he reaches out, pulls out his weapon, and tries to sort of slice you across, and then comes back from left to right with a sort of backhanded blow, and then tries to cut you up towards your neck as he swings back from right to left. And the first one misses.
Yep.
Second one
also misses.
All right. Then his buddy is going to go. He's also right there because you jumped down right in front of him.
I know.
Oh, God, they're rolling for shit tonight. Come on, guys. Give me one hit. Nothing. All right. You're so
these poor boys.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They're still shocked about this monk jumping down onto their food.
Yes, it's a little bit startled, or more of a reaction.
But not only that,
attack.
but a monk that says, "Brother," and lay down your arm.
Yeah, and then it hits out. Also gets 2 attacks on you. Oh my God, you are so fucking lucky. I can't even believe it. Yeah, they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing on you. All right, so that is those guys' turn. These is going to all run back out the door they came from. Where have they gone, Clue, you wonder? These ones too. Where have they gone?
Oh, where have my rare rats gone?
That is the turn, and the rest of them are actually now that kind of like after that wall of force came up, you're going to see them going to start to spread themselves out and move a bit more tactically. They're going to stay there. This one's going to move closer to the corner, to the wall of force there. This one's going to hide down behind the bar, and the apprentice mage. I forgot you failed your stealth roll, didn't you? Because you both got 17.
14 on the
He can't see you, but he seems to sense, like, he seems to be suspicious, like looking around suspiciously and sniffing the air, but he can't quite get a hold of your scent because he used his actions. So it's not even his turn yet. He can't even try to find you with a perception check. Okay, Hibara.
Make way. Bar
She says, "Hey, Thelvar," and she pats Grizzle on his head, and she holds her hand there. And then she will hold her action until Thelvar's turn.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming that
it is next.
She motions him over and pats Grizzle on the head.
Okay. Thelvar's turn is next.
Okay, Thelvar.
You can do just the one right above where Grizzle is.
Yeah. Move down the stairs behind Grizzle.
And then we explode into the room.
Which?
Boom.
Oh, you're going to transport. Okay, into there. Okay.
Yep. So now, Thelvar, you're right here.
Okay.
You want me to take your token over?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Door.
That's a wall.
Oh,
There's a door.
There's a doorway there.
Yeah.
I don't
Right
think
there.
that's
There's
a
a doorway.
Yeah.
How do you
right where
think they get
the-
into the room?
There's the little gap. This bit here
Yeah, you see the floor of that room?
is
Mhm.
the
Oh,
floor.
Okay,
And
yes.
that bit there, you can see a bit of the floor of the room
Okay.
in there.
All right, then I would not have gone there because I didn't see that initially. It's very it's just blue to me. I thought the door was like over here, but then they
Well, you
would
could hide like right where it was a second ago, right next to the square of the wall of force. That's like here. That is like in between the door frame.
I think
like
it would
crouching
be
behind the
about
door.
there. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
about there is be able to look in at the battle, but not
Exactly.
standing exactly in the doorway.
I thought that's what you had done,
Yeah. Okay.
but they didn't move him
Yeah, I
rapidly.
did. Sort of, just not realizing there was a door there. No. All right. Yep.
Have line of sight. That's good. That I will cast.
All right. Dexterity saves.
Science snowball, which is a 5-foot radius sphere.
Okay.
So a 4x4 sphere, and I'll place it where it needs to go.
Pulling it up now. Oh, it landed. It landed in a funky place. Oh, and I have the wrong tool, so I couldn't pick it up, of course. You know, blue is really hard to see on this background. I think I'm going to pick a different color. Yeah, I know it's cold, right? But it's going to be red just so that we can actually distinguish it from the rest of the background. Is way too much blue. So I think is that 4x4? Or is that 2x?
It's
2x2?
Should be
2x2.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's
all right.
correct. Yeah.
I always fuck up radius and diameter. That's 3. So this one here. Okay, like a large creature. All right, then let me do the settings. Controlled by all players. All can have it. All right. Yep.
No. Boom.
Okay. So I'll do the saving throw for the apprentice first. Oh, let me change the window so I can actually see what I'm doing. All right. Dex save coming up. Nope, he fails it. How does his boss do? Okay. Oh, well. Oh shit, that was the wrong score. My apologies. I thought I grabbed a different sheet. I will re-roll that. What's your... Oh, your dex is about the same. Let's see if you get the same roll. Well, and a pass. So half damage and full damage on the little one?
Yeah, 12 on the apprentice, 6 on Amber, and of course he has to do a concentration check. Which, just flat 10.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been higher if he hadn't made that save, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, the wall, I think the wall isn't so well, no, I guess it is still tactical, so it would be to save it. Okay, so con save for his concentration. Does the spell stay up? Yes, he makes it.
It was worth a
Oh,
shot.
well. Yeah, always. Let me check something here. I hadn't actually looked to see what the hit points of the little apprentice were.
He did?
He did. Yeah.
He did.
He's a newbie. Well, he was a newbie.
The arms of the angel.
All right. That's your turn? Anything else with your turn,
That's my
Valor?
turn.
All right. Clue. Yeah, you see an explosion of ice. I forget exactly what. Go off next to you, and the little wizard newbie slumps to the ground at the feet of his teacher.
Yeah. So if I run up to him and try and stab him, would I get advantage from being invisible, or do I need to make a separate stealth check first?
I think you would need to make a separate stealth check first. Let's just have a go off to see.
So stealth.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're
20.
doing really well.
Oh.
All right. And that's...
I mean, that's only a 13 on the roll.
Oh, that's a
So it's
saving
not
throw.
that impressive. Yeah.
No, okay. Just a straight up wisdom roll. See if he can see you. I'm sure he won't. Yep, and he doesn't. He's looking at his dead apprentice at his feet.
And then he is going to stab him with fire.
Oh, okay.
That's that should have been advantage, so roll it double.
Okay.
I assume a 25 hits.
Oh, I forgot, by the way, next time, and I'll say this out loud. He has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, so he should have gotten an extra roll, but I'm not going to go back and do that now.
I mean, he also succeeded, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, true. That's true.
Rolling at advantage all the time anyway, so it was an 18 and a 16, so either way passed.
Yes.
So,
I hadn't registered that, though. So just, yeah. So.
I do 21 damage.
All right. 21 damage. Oof. Yeah, your blade goes deep into his ratty body, and you turn visible from that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Also, he needs to make a DC 10 con save.
Yep. Coming up.
Because it rounds down, so even with 21 damage, you do not make that fucking con save go up.
Nope, his wall is gone. His wall.
Perry, get the fuck in here!
And Perry says to Clue's mind, "What the fuck have you done this time?"
Stab!
All right. Yeah, Perry, it's your turn.
Well, bonus action to dash and get to there, so I can see. And then because Clue's there, that's going to be a lovely arrow.
Okay.
And that's with advantage because you're there.
Not advantage, but you do get sneak attack.
Right. That's the one attack. That's the one. Well, that's shit.
Oh, you miss. Yeah, unfortunately, you kind of run over, and as you're aiming, the wall dropping, your rush, your arrow just flies and misses by a bit. All right. Let me see. Yeah, he would probably do that. Okay. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. That's another thing. Good thing to know. All right. He looks at you, Clue, because he can see you now. He looks down. There's blood pouring out of his abdomen where you stabbed him, and he just looks completely enraged. He points his finger at you, and in your face, he casts lightning bolt.
I'm see that's disadvantage because he is in 5 feet of me. I'm pretty sure that's a range spell.
Doesn't say anything about range. I'll throw up the description.
If it's roll to hit, then
roll to hit and ranged. So, range self.
Yep.
Nope.
It's just a line.
Yep. No making that disadvantage. It is a dex saving throw, right?
Correct.
Please, I'm supposed to be good at those. 21.
Oh, nice. All right, let's see what damage you take. Oh, damn it! It didn't give me this. Okay, why does give me that twice? Stupid thing. All right, so that is you take only half, but it's 8d6. He was pissed at you. I'm gonna need the advanced roller for this, so hold on. I need to go to a different window. Need d6s. I need 8 of them.
I mean, you can also type r/r 86.
Alrighty there. Oh God! What a shit! Wow, he rolled for shit. That could have been so much worse.
16 is still a pretty reasonably substantial hit. So he is gonna use his what's it called again? Uncanny dodge, so half that again. So he only takes 9.
Okay.
Which does take his reaction.
No,
only 4?
Because you have to half the 19.
You make the save.
In that case, I'll just take the 9 and wait for a hit. I'm expecting one of these rats to crit.
Okay. Wow, yeah, for being a big powerful spellcaster, he ain't done much of shit. All right, that was his turn. Mara. Oh yeah, you've got your buddies with you and 3 were-rats in front.
Awesome. Mara cracks her fingers, shakes out her hands, kind of does a jingle.
You'll get flanking bonus on this one.
Awesome. All right. Mara goes ahead, use a key point for Fury of Blows. Yay, Fury of Blows. And attempts to use her longsword on this guy.
Okay. $16 will hit. They're not that tough. All right. And can you ping the one that you were?
The one I got a flanking.
Okay,
flanking
got it.
on.
Thank you.
And Mara looks at Thelvar and goes, "Thanks for the flank." And then turns to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in a rage, so unarmed strike.
Okay, that'll hit. Another 5. He's starting to look bloody.
And then this guy will get the other one.
Okay. That is his AC, so yes, you do make contact. And 10 bludgeoning damage. Thunk. Let me just check again, make sure.
And she's doing this.
Oh, I have a question. Your longsword is +1?
Yes.
Are unarmed strikes considered magical?
No.
They are if you're level 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so not yet. Okay.
Yes, I'm not level 6 monk yet.
All right, so you notice that your punches don't quite do the damage that you expect them to, knowing how hard you've hit them.
Okay.
Dial that back a bit. All right. But your longsword, you definitely did the damage you expected, just not with your fists. All right. Anything else with your turn?
No, Mara's going to keep the high ground.
Okay. All right. Then it is the were-rat's turn. I'll just start the ones at the top who are kind of right next to you, because it's easier than making tactical decisions about what the ones are on the ground are going to do yet. Yep. So again, you're just going to get like another flurry of attacks with short swords raining down on you.
Miss.
God, these guys can't.
Miss.
They're not. Their bonus isn't even that bad. All right, the guy in front of you.
That hits.
All right, so but it's only raging. Half. Yep, so 4 piercing. And that one strikes at you again. And misses. Thelvar, the one that is between you and Mara, is going to turn around and come at you with a short sword. So reaching out to attack. I probably won't miss. 15. Okay. Second attack. 7?
That's my AC.
Okay. So that's 7 piercing. What is the one in here going to do? The one in here, oh gosh. I think it's going to run over and hit Perry. Because you're closest. So Perry, coming 2 short sword attacks as the were-rat rushes you. Does a 15 hit?
It would be a 5 because the cloak, and no.
Okay. You've got a cloak of displacement?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The one you gave me.
I didn't think you stole it. A crit will hit though. So
that at disadvantage.
Yeah. So it's the 12, not the 24.
Okay.
Because the cloak is fucking broken.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that from you. No. I'll figure out something else. All right. Next ones that are up. Well, Clue, you're sort of now made yourself very known. So you're going to be getting some enemies around you. Can this guy get there? Can he get across the bar to you? No. What's their movement? Just to make sure, I assumed it was 30, but it could be more. No, it's a regular 30, standard 30. All right, so this one is also going to be coming over. It can't get to you this turn, but is looking at you meanly. Yes.
Right. I'm in danger.
So you have 2 short swords from. They're flanking you, so it's +2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a miss on the first one. Come on. There we go.
That's definitely going
That'll
to
hit. The guy underneath him to the south. That's a miss. And the last one is a hit, so you get 11 piercing.
And I'm gonna half that last hit.
Okay.
I'm So I only take 3.
All right. Then next up is Hibara. Oh, sorry, there was one other one who had to move, but he can't move very far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Ibar's just gonna move up slightly. And then we're gonna boom. Need a save from these two.
Okay, Constitution saving. 2 saving
Yeah,
throws. All
Constitution.
right, coming up.
Nope.
5 and fail and a fail. I swear
So
these.
they both take 5 damage, and they were a giant fucking explosion sound.
All right. And that's magical, right?
Yes.
All right.
And then we're gonna have. Then we're gonna. Does a 23 hit? Yeah, the 20 hit the rat.
Oh, what are you aiming for? The other rat? Yes.
The one right in front of Hibara.
Yes, a
For
10, 23
9 more
would
damage.
definitely hit. Okay. Yep. Not dead yet, but he's looking terrible now. Looking really bad.
I thought that might have finished him off.
He's really
well.
close. Yeah, he's looking on death's doorstep, but not crossed the threshold yet. That brings us to Thelvar.
Okay. Thelvar expends 1 point from his arcane pool to make his rapier a +1.
Mm-hmm.
He then charges it up with a shocking grasp, and it's
No,
Oof.
misses. Oh, so close.
Ah.
So close.
Okay. I'm going to use one of our pool of inspiration and try that again.
Okay.
Won't that have +2? Because you're flanking.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
+2.
Oh,
so that's a
okay, yeah.
13.
Yep, that does hit then.
Oh no, I already put it in there. Oh, I got the 7 anyway. So 18 damage.
Oh, so close. He's looking super, super close to dead, but not quite dead. He screeches, and just shocking grasp sort of fries his rat skin and hair. It starts to smell a little bit.
Okay, and then the offhand attack.
And that will hit. All right, you can describe how he dies.
Yeah, he's shaking from the jolt from the shocking grasp, and Thelvar basically just like slashes the rapier across his throat, slicing it open, and the body just drops to the ground. And then he turns to face what's going on in here. Oh, I do still have my movement, so he'll move into the doorway.
Okay.
Quill quickly found out this rat over here would have an attack of opportunity.
No. Thelvar was here.
You were here? Oh, isn't that guy in this square? Meaning adjacent to this one?
He should be.
Yeah.
No, because he was...
You were here. Rat is here. You can't go over here without going out of his melee range, so he gets an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, in the kitty corner.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to look
assumed
into. I don't know if I properly like R&D made me question my understanding of attacks of opportunity, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But for now, we'll just kind of go with what we've been doing, which is pretty much anyone gets an attack of opportunity. Which, yeah, we can discuss that if we want to look at the rules, because I think that's not actually how they're written.
It's a standard reaction normally.
If you're
Attack of
granted,
opportunity.
so what? Well, this is why we have to talk about it, because I thought R&D's reading of it was if you are given the ability to have attacks of opportunity by your class or some special feature, then it functions as a reaction, but not.
No, everyone.
Oh,
No, it's just a static one.
Bonus actions are for
yeah.
from not reactions.
It's 5e. Everyone gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Pathfinder 2e, you have to have it as an ability.
Yeah.
And only fighters start with it.
See, I thought that was too, but R&D is also the DM, so the DM just makes we'll see. But okay, so standard active. I'm happy with that because I think it makes it more interesting. I mean, I think the downside is sometimes people get stuck because they don't want to take attacks of opportunity, so there's less movement in a battle. But
that's why rogues have bonus action disengage.
Yeah, to give them that feature. So, swing. I mean, these guys can't hit for shit, so you're not really gonna be that threatened, probably.
And specifically from the Roll20 compendium here, in a fight, everyone is constantly watching for a chance to strike an enemy who is fleeing or passing, such a strike is called an attack of opportunity, blah, 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 blah. So, anyone can get it.
Use it. Okay, right. But as predicted, they missed. These guys can't roll above a 12 to save their lives.
So I do move there then.
Yeah, you do, without taking any damage. Are you guys okay? I'm going to need to take well, this is it. We're 15 minutes away from 10 o'clock, and I'm going to need a bio break, but I can hold out till 10. So what we can maybe do is get to the bottom, get to the bottom of the turn order, and then call it a night, because this battle could go for another hour. Because of what's going to happen next. So,
oh dear God, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Please start over.
We'll just run through everyone's actions, and then we'll get through basically the Archmage. But then at the end of the turn, something will happen. So, Clue, you are up.
He's going to yell to Perry, Perry, some help, please! And then he's going to bonus action take aim to give himself advantage and just try and fire stab this guy again.
All right, go for it.
27.
That will hit.
So hits. And I do 23 against this guy and 6 against that guy. 23.
18 and 6, 24.
6 is for the adjacent, 5 is for the target. 6 is against one of the ones standing next to him.
So the one to your north takes an extra 6?
6.
All right.
So 23 damage then. Yeah.
You can do math.
Anything else with your turn?
I can't do anything because the steady aim takes as well my movement as my bonus action, and then I stab the thing.
Got it. All right, Perry.
It's the middle of red heaven.
You are.
Or hell.
Perry.
Okay, well, Perry's going to have to use steady aim and go for this one.
All right, while you're looking, roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Roll high, Perry.
70.
All right. You recognize on the livery of the were-rat that you're fighting the same symbol as the slaver group that you fled from.
Oh, good God. The one Dino already here.
Make your attack.
Get in his head. Oh, fuck, it's the Mundine.
That's the first thing you say to Clue.
The first thing they said to Clue was, "What did you do now?"
That's the first thing. The second thing is, oh, fuck, it's the Mundine.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. You see how I'm tying all these threads together?
I'm seeing how you're about to fucking kill Clue.
I am only taking advantage of a position Clue put himself in to be killed.
I mean, he needed to get the barrier down. And then, he's kind of hoping his friends would help faster.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. All right.
25.
Oh gosh, yeah, you just what did you do to him? Short sword. Oh man, you gut him like a fish. He doesn't quite die, but there is blood gushing out of pretty much most orifices at this point. He is looking bad.
Is it sad when you said that? I pictured Jenny Rabbit from Zootopia. Blood, blood, blood.
I was doing some sort of Loki reference. Oh, that was it. It's Loki when he's like running around inside the TVA and he finds that one clerk and he's threatening him.
Whoa, spoilers. I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's okay. It's not that important. It's not at all plot point. It's just a comedy moment. And he just says, "I'm gonna gut you like a fish," and then it just.
Pretty sure that's also like episode 1.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So...
Yeah. No spoilers. Also, watch that so I can talk about Loki. Get on that shit. All right. So this Archmage.
My flatmate slog on details.
Hold on one second. I just need to read this.
T'Challa as Star-Lord was also very fun.
I can't wait. I haven't watched that episode, but I've gotten spoiled for it, and I'm like, I'm so excited for this episode.
Ah, okay, yes. All right, Clue. You see, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, just trying to decide like what he would. Okay. He was not impressed with his last night limbo. He's like lost confidence. So he is going to cast Fly on himself. And he is going to be dripping blood as he rises basically 30 feet in the air.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead and make it.
Gonna fucking risk it, even though it's probably a bad idea. Can't technically use Great Flame Blade for this.
You can make it. Yeah, you
well,
hit him.
21
Manage to
technically, but-
slash at his legs as he rises up for yet more damage. So, there we go. Oof, yeah, he's starting to look a little haggard. All right, as he flies up into the air, 30 feet above you. That is, but before the end of the turn.
Wait,
I mean, how high
won't you
is
need a
this
concentration check?
Oh, sure.
Concentration, DC 10 concentration.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because I want to know if he just falls to the ground. That'd be
No,
pretty funny.
it's not.
Flying is concentration.
You did 23 damage, so it's a DC 11.
No, it's 10. It is 10 damage. And it's DC 10 or half
He's fine.
damage.
He's still flying.
Yes, he managed. The only thing he does is manage to like do some decent saves on things, and
Your
that's
Green
about it.
Flame Blade did 23 damage.
Oh, last turn.
That was on the
Now
turn,
I did
not
10.
when he was...
Again, don't get Green Flame Blade on attacks of opportunity because you can't use cast.
Yeah.
All right, so
Also, definitely don't get sneak attack on attacks of opportunity.
Unless you're a sorcerer, then you can be really cheeky.
It's Warcaster from the feat that allows you to cast spells as attacks of opportunity.
all right. As this is happening with Clue and the mage, the door opens and two more ratty people come charging in from basically where you had come into the building. And we're going to leave it there with it being Mara's turn at the top of the order next time. We've never quit in the middle of the battle, which I hate to do, but I also know we have a hard deadline. And so
Didn't we do that?
Well, Clue gets to live
think
another
so.
session at least.
maybe in one shots, but but anyway, I don't remember doing it a long time. I think I usually try to tie things up. But I was enjoying the role playing that you guys were doing, so I was just let that. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna leave it right there, in the middle of the battle. To say were-rats not that tough, but there are quite a lot of them. And
Also, shouldn't we all get checked for those who've gotten hit with swords?
oh, it has to be a bite.
Yeah.
It has
I
to
got
be
a
a
bite,
bite, and I don't think anyone's been bitten yet.
That's not what the reading said.
No,
It
yeah,
doesn't
you gotta
pass-
get bit.
No,
Yeah.
not with
Yeah.
were-rats.
Yeah. It still has to
Yeah,
be
you
saliva.
need to get saliva, yeah.
Yeah, no, do the read it again, because it's not. It's swords. It's their long
Sure.
swords. Or it's their short
don't
swords that are gross.
Believe
Yeah.
so.
No, it is.
We'll
'Cause that's
check.
why I was like, yeah.
We'll check. We'll look up in the books. We'll do the research. But yeah, we can do that off air. But all right.
Nope,
Yeah.
I just happen to have it up. It says for bites, DC 11 Constitution Giver or be cursed. Says nothing about the swords. It's only the bite.
I guess it was the data that Kristi provided.
I just went with the books, but I basically I was deliberately trying to turn you guys into were-rats the last time you met some. Just I wanted to see what would happen. So also these people aren't interested in spreading their community around. They're quite happy.
Yes.
They're not asking you to join.
Most were-rats aren't.
Yeah, but the other ones, I was just like, oh, this, and also it's like a remove curse, so I knew it wasn't like a permanent thing, but it could make an interesting storyline. So yeah, I'll just keep trying to bite him in the last one. But these people just want to kill you; they don't want to turn you.
Also,
Yeah, the
quick
last
question:
group was
how
more
big
feral
is?
group.
Yeah.
Also, quick question: how big is this building? Because how does he fly 30 feet up inside of a building.
So you remember how I said, like, when you come in the ground level, it basically drops into a cellar, and there's 2 flights of stairs there, and this big thing too is standing up. So I kind of like figure it is open up basically all the way to like the top. Like there's.
So it's probably, well, if not 30 feet, at least going up to like 20-ish feet of just headspace.
Yeah, yes, yeah. He mostly just didn't want to get stabbed by you anymore. I mean, it's a very rational choice. You keep stabbing
Get down here, you coward!
Yes, so we will leave it. It is going to be Mara's turn next time. You can think about what you want to do for a whole week.
Yay!
So until next time, join us next week.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, someone has something? Yeah.
Let's have a perception check from Clue to see if he figures out yet that someone's speaking in his head.
I mean, he just assumes Perry's yelling at him at this point.
Oh, that's true. Perry is just on the other side of the room. He might not be able to distinguish between a voice in his head and you just shouting. That's true. Do you want to do...
It is the heat of combat.
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to think if it would be perception. Yeah, I think you're right. I was thinking insight, but it's not insight. It would be a perception to see if you can click to the fact that it's actually emanating from your own skull. Nope.
7. I noticed nothing.
You don't know shit. You don't know shit. All right, but you and Ambrose there are locked in a death battle.
I mean, you just ran the fuck away.
But only Clue knows who it is. Well, no, that's not entirely true. Someone else.
Delvar's been like, he right there.
No. There's somebody else in the room with him who recognizes him too.
Oh.
Harry would recognize. Because that was his first mission.
Yeah. What the fucking mess that was.
Kind of made an impression.
We convinced Perry to join. Perry accompanied us on that first mission, and it turned into a shit show.
Yes, it did. A great shit show, but still a shit show.
So there you go.
First day ever.
No, I guess you weren't there for the Carrion Crow job with the noob of the waste collectors who had a really shit day when no. But you're right. Being involved in an arson on your first day of work is a little bit makes you question your career choices. All right, anyway. Yeah, so same bat time, same bat channel next week, Sunday. We will be back here to see how the battle ends and to see what happens when the party meets up with Jarlaxle Banray, and they go finally in search of the missing dragons. So until then, all that's left to be said is goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
They did the bit.